And the button has been pushed. Hi, say hi, say hi.
Hello.
Hi. Dirt, last time on Silk and Silver Tongues, go.
Okay, last time on Silk and Silver Tongues, we did quite a lot of stuff.
Nothing. Quite a lot of nothing.
But to break it down quickly, we were on a... It was a red herring. Chasing red herring and beating up red herring.
He
Because that's
deserves
the
it.
person's name. His name was Red Herring.
It was funny, you guys never asked.
We'll beat up Memely next time we see him in person in 5 years. But either way, it turns out that after all that silliness happened, we were able to scry on one of the victims using some stuff we found and things and stuff, and found out they were heading north outside of town, being carried by someone who has a description here somewhere. We all chased afterwards. The Rumble Fox decided to stay in town for reasons, I guess. We followed the trail up, found the mare invisible and unconscious, brought them to. They don't remember much, just that. Stuff. Yeah, they got led to meet someone in the tavern. Next thing they knew, they woke up here. They said conflicting statements, like he did make us drink a couple things, not just them, which is confusing. But either way, we went back to town. The trail looked like that the kidnapper went back to town also. We got back, and that's pretty much where we left off. We should tell the guards to actually, guard the town and keep a lookout if the person is actually here. That's what we should do, because they're not doing their job. That's it.
You want kidnapped ponies? This is how you get kidnapped ponies. And even these cute are muted, I think.
Oh yeah, you are very correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you guys got back to town, it is certainly a little bit later in the afternoon itself. Obviously, just being that you guys spent all day doing mystery solving things, scrying. I mean, scrying itself takes quite a bit of time to actually set up and get done.
Your mic is doing weird things.
Steve Bathing.
Yeah. Jairo? Or no, I think it's Paolo.
It's
Paolo
Paolo.
is your standard 50 hertz hum.
Yes.
It's spinning. It's not my fault.
No, it is your fault. It's yours.
Just lower your sensitivity a little bit.
It's on Friday now.
More. But
I
yeah.
don't think you can hear it.
Now we can't. That was good.
Yeah. It was just like cutting in and out randomly without you talking.
Yeah.
It's just like
oh
super.
god,
Yeah.
it's so bad.
Regardless, strolling into town, it's kind of like that Twilight sort of feeling as you guys make it in. That's where you guys kind of lost the trail, given the fact that there's now not as much sand, and it's more like there are actual paved roads and things like that. The trail has been somewhat lost as it goes into the town. So what are you guys doing?
Let's see. Okay, we returned to the castle. We dropped the girl off. Okay, yeah, I'll go to what's her face until I will need to do another scry and that for the first girl, because she could still be alive apparently.
Well, if you recalled, last time they had told you they had room enough for one more scry before they were kind of exhausted of their power for that day. They don't have unlimited spell slots themselves, unfortunately, nor unlimited resources.
Well, I think we're back the next day, right? Because we ran out that day.
It was nighttime when we were out at the far end of the... At least it was getting night when we were out at far north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys like haven't slept yet, as far as I'm aware.
Yes, I think it's like middle of the night, early morning, or something.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about sleeping that night, but we didn't actually. Okay.
We should go sleep. I'm getting tired. Good questions getting tired. Yeah.
Your robot needs sleep.
Tell
Yes.
the guards that the kidnapper's in town.
Tell the what?
The guards that the kidnapper's back in town.
You are welcome to go try to find one. Is this what you're trying to do?
Guards at night.
Let's sleep and refresh, guys. The kidnapper will still be here in the morning. It's fine.
No, it'd probably just go. I would not be surprised at all if I woke up and I was all of a sudden all tied up. He like wiggles his claw.
And let's kidnap you.
Do you want to be all tied up?
No, that's lewd.
Would you guys make out later?
I already have my girl. Gyro slips his arm around.
An eyebrow is raised.
Oh, she's just a trophy to you, hey?
Wow, fuck you. No, she's adorable and fantastic and the smartest girl I know.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Oh my god. Huh, that's new. This sheet's changed a little bit. The quick actions.
Family stuff's changed. It changed last week.
Huh. Neat. And now I have to figure out where things are. Oh, skills, right there. The sheet feels better. So good. Diplomacy, you said. I'm shit at diplomacy.
Her eyebrow remains raised. Only one of them. She just kind of like looks at you and says, "Okay, smooth guy."
All right. Let's see if I can get anyone. I'm going to fly up in the air and roar.
I'm moving you guys, by the way, where you're coming in from. On the
All right.
on the map here, really quick. You do so. You fly up into the air and roar really loudly.
I'm going to try an intimidate check.
Well, a couple lights kind of go on from presumably some candles that have gone on as you had roared in the middle of the night.
That's a pretty good intimidate.
Are you trying to wake everyone in the city? We're already disliked here.
Like I care. I'm a fucking dragon. I'm disliked everywhere.
You do get quite a shout from one of the more nearby windows. Somebody sticks out their head, and you just hear this more like deep voice. "Oi, some people trying to sleep in here. Keep it down!" And he slams the window shut. And a couple moments later, rounding the corner, you of course hear a kind of less roary sort of voice coming around as you see your bard friend coming around the way. My, you know you could keep it down.
I'm going to land next to them. At least I got someone useful.
Well, and he kind of waggles his paw in the air a little bit. I suppose, I mean, if you call waking everybody up useful.
Yeah. That first girl might still be alive. The killer's back in town.
Well, luckily we've found Kess again, so, and let the families know that we are hot on the trail of one of our victims, and he kind of looks around. You guys brought her with you, obviously, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Oh, did we?
Yes.
I think we shall leave her.
We go out them.
I always gotta make sure. And he kind of sees the added person, and kind of smiles. It looks like you might have found her, yes? And she kind of blinks a little bit, shuffles somewhat. Yes, yes. She looks a little shook. Little shaken, but not stirred.
I'm trying to remember. We sent their team to do something here, right?
Wait, what?
We had the Rumble Foxes do something here while we searched for the girl, right? Or
Bonnie.
Yeah, they had said that they would like to stay back so they could still keep an eye on the town and happenings in it, and as well as notify the families that of the happening. You know, you guys going out to go deal with the issue.
tell me, has anyone arrived into town while we were out?
And he kind of thinks a little bit. Well, I haven't certainly noticed anybody. Have you? And he looks more toward Kess, who shakes his head.
This place really needs guards who keep track of this shit.
You are telling me. And Sela just kind of stamps her foot into the ground, her hoof, paw. Let me double check what her race was. It just slipped my mind for a second. Brain fart. Definitely paw. And she thumps it down. I swear, after this whole event, I will seriously reconsider who is on the guard for this town. She shakes her head.
By the way, our killer can somehow mask the evil presences. So.
And your bard friend kind of raises one of his eyebrows somewhat suspiciously. Oh?
Well, they didn't ping when they were here, so
Curious.
obviously they did something.
And Kess kind of speaks up a little bit. So there's some kind of spellcaster?
I would assume so.
And he looks thoughtful.
Hmm.
How many
Wasn't your
spellcasters?
friends missing?
What was that?
Wasn't your friends missing? Hmm.
The who's that?
Oh, the
I see.
whatchamacallit, the stand-in that wasn't in our fight.
And yeah, Kess wasn't in the fight.
Very suspicious.
Well, your friend Kess looks very thoughtful and seems to be thinking of things.
What does Kess look like?
Kess, let me pull up his description here. He is a Persian. He kind of actually has some wraps on his paws, more along the lines of he seems to be a fighter. And he has no real holy symbols about him or anything like that. Definitely has kind of a rougher look about him, though his voice definitely does not match entirely. He seems to be more of a I guess his voice does seem to be rather softer, more contemplative than gruff and fitting of his, I guess, normal archetype, but he does look like the punchy sort. Fur-wise, it's he's kind of he's tanner. I would relate it to like a kind of a tabby cat. So you might associate that with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a blue mane and white coat, so.
Yeah. Your friend Kess does look over toward Yoon, who is traveling with the small batch of rumble foxes. And kind of gives them a poke. Yes. And then Yoon turns around. Do you know things like that? I figure that you might know, spells and such. And Lem is actually the first to speak up. Well, I won't be offended, certainly. It's not like I know spells or anything. He looks like super like mildly offended.
How many people in this town can actually cast spells? And don't say fucking red herring.
Then like he put up his paw as if to like say that and then put it back down. Like and he kind of Lem kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. Well, Red Herring, as we have unfortunately learned his name, is not exactly a spellcaster, is he? He's an alchemist, as I'm sure your friend over there can attest to. And he points toward Gyro. As for spellcasters, the most powerful one, I'm sure we've already met him in the temple, actually. And he kind of points that way. It's the one who's helped you with your scrying. And I'm sure that your lovely Kieran friend here, and he gestures towards Zakira, is also quite the spellcaster. And he kind of thinks a little bit, though. He kind of like looks around the group. Based on your performance in the ring, I would say, really, you might be the only other more up to scratch with your spells, I suppose. And he points to Night Vale. Penguin looks like he wanted to say something but doesn't.
Him and not Penguin?
Penguin actually didn't cast that many spells in the tournament.
I mean, the Penguin there has...
No.
I don't know.
No.
He seems much better at this spell thing.
No. I'm not that good. No. And
It doesn't matter. So everyone outside of our group doesn't seem to. At least they're not known for it.
most of the other practicing preachers and clerics in the temple are more followers of the faith and beginner at best. They are there to help out with the healing through the town in times when it is needed, but not much else.
And Zakir is a pretty good spellcaster too.
That's who he pointed out
Swap
first.
my tail at Jack. People in our group don't count.
Excuse me, and she kind of puts a Kieran hoof to her chest. I am not part of your group, and she puts like a little quote. If you don't recall, I've kind of been tagged along as to help with well, and she kind of like rubs the back of her head. Well, I mean, it is a pretty cool, I get to write a cool article about it afterwards. Never mind, I guess I'm part of their group, and she smiles. Yes. Well, regardless, I've not seen anybody come in or out, but I've also not been really looking.
Jura's gonna chirp up and go, well, the trail led him back here anyway, so if you guys aren't gonna, watch the border of the town, he's gonna walk off with someone else.
Well, and he looks toward the tiny bird. If you'd like to take it in shifts, and you can stay up all night if you wish, we would definitely...
It's your town, and your town guard.
And he kind of points to himself. Moi? I am not the town guard. She is. And he points toward Sela, who looks mildly affronted. Yes, and just because you are not from this town does not mean you can just leave it like that, yes? I do hope. And she kind of gives him a little thump on the head. Ow. Fine, we'll help. He kind of rolls his eyes a little bit. Cairo is kind of just walking around quietly. And as he does, of course, he leaves those little trail of blackened paw prints behind him. He seems mildly tired, but he is keeping an eye out and just kind of gives a shrug as if he doesn't care either way. Well, what's it going to be then, tiny one?
George just looks around with the group and just blinks and goes, but we're the ones who just trekked all the way up north to go save someone, and we're also going to be running the night shift watches also.
No, I said no such thing. I said we can take it in turns. Go have your rest. We'll stay up.
What time of day is it?
It's like I would say it's about like in real life time, like that about like 10, 11 p.m. like.
Oh, not as late as I thought it was.
I mean, it's not like 1 a.m. yet. It's not like super early in the morning, but it is pretty late.
We'll take a shifts, meet up in the center, see what we can find. If anything suspicious, I don't know, fucking alert people, I guess.
Of course, of course. And he kind of nods, looking toward the other Rumble Foxes. Well, looks like we have another adventure. It's been a while since we have these, eh? And he kind of gives a small smile to his party, who does not seem to exchange the same sentiment. It is not a party, as it is a matter of criminals that needs to be brought to justice. And she kind of damps her paw down again. Yes, yes, and we will, but just have fun doing it. Jeez, take a joke. And he kind of rolls his eyes. All right. If we're doing night shifts, Cairo, you go. You patrol up toward the north. Yoon, I'm going to have you around the square. You're one of the better of the spellcasters, I suppose, around us. So, worst case scenario, you should be able to reach all of us with a message spell if you really needed to. And he kind of thinks a little bit. I will be sure to stand and patrol toward the south, and Sela kind of interjects a little bit. You will not tell me where to patrol. I shall patrol where I wish, and I will make sure that nothing escapes my view. Fine, you do that. Kess, I suppose you can look after the east specifically. Keep an eye on that alchemist, why don't you? And he kind of nods. Alright, all clear? You lot, go and take a rest or whatever. You've earned it.
I mean, we can also watch.
Yeah, we're gonna take a watch after them. That's the thing.
But I want to places
The what?
when it's morning.
I'm missing what you said, Paolo.
I know. I guess I'm gonna take a nap.
Alright, where are you guys napping at? Who's napping, and where are you guys taking a nap at?
I guess just at the inn or whatever.
Yeah, let's go back to our room at the inn.
Back to the room.
Kira and I can nap together.
And she is less mad at you than she was the day before, so she is okay with this.
She gets mad so easily.
She gets mad when you're being a dummy.
That's all the time.
Well, I mean, move yourself to the tavern if you're asleep in the tavern.
It's just moving us anyway, so.
Little bird. There you go. Sleeping at the tavern. As per, I believe, the first night, if I'm recalling the room setups correctly, it was Night Vale kind of had his own room. Zakira and Gyro kind of had their own thing. Dur and Pingwing had their own thing, and Hunting Forest had his own room.
I think I slept together with Hunting and Sonny.
Well, if you were sharing a room with Hunting, then it would just be you two in that room for that night, as Gyro
No.
and Zakira are snuggling together.
I mean, yes, I was sleeping with Sonny last night, if I remember right. Wasn't I?
Yes, because all the people who were doing the contest thing were together.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
had a
it was
team
a-
room. And Jara
It's
was
a
like, "Nah, I
snowball.
don't want to fight. I'm just gonna pussy out."
Now,
I shall go to the bed on the side that Sunny is. And I gonna try to sleep.
I'm going to slump on a big bed.
You do so, and there is definitely a room on a big bed, as Sunny is not in this shared room with you guys this night. She is with Gyro this night.
Yes.
And, round what time are you guys planning on switching out your watches?
I thought that was the agreement, that they would wake us up.
Oh, okay. If you had planned on them coming to wake you up, that is also okay.
I
But
shall wait 9 hours before leaving, because that's enough time to prepare.
question:
Yes.
Are you guys all taking your watches at once, or are you rotating in and just like trading them off one at a time? As
I am watching Zakira.
you're watching Zakira. All right, so you're not sleeping.
No, I'm sleeping. I'm being silly.
I mean, she did get a blue rose. That's why I was asking.
Oh, it's true. No, I'll just sleep cuddled in her arms, and then she can't get away. It'll be fine.
Fair, very fair.
And before you wake up, there's a log.
And plus, I don't think my familiar has to sleep. It's immune to sleep, I believe, so it would be able to keep well enough watch over the pair of us.
Your familiar keeps watch over the pair of you. And it isn't until like, I guess I would say like around 6 in the morning, that one by one you guys start getting little knocks on your doors, from the various other Rumble Foxes just ready to trade in your shifts. The first one being Hunting Forest, second one being...
He's back.
The what?
You came back.
Who came back?
You did.
Oh, did I leave?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, where did I leave off?
Knocks on doors.
he was there to recap.
Based. All right. And you get various knocks on the door at around 6-ish. Like if I had to make a comparison to real life time, around 6-ish in the morning, to sort of time. And the knocks come first to Hunting Forest to trade out a shift, and then to Gyro's and Zakira's room, and then to Durs and Pingwings, and then just going about and getting you guys up and ready. How are you guys patrolling? What is your plan of attack?
All right. Well, I assume we're going to do something similar, so
I should note that all of them seem to have reported no strange activity. Lem, where he was standing guard, the most he saw that he reported was a couple of drunkards that seemed to be talking about some lady that they were having a spat over. But they were just drunk or whatever. Kess, who was kind of in charge of watching the more like eastern part of the city around where the alchemist was, reported that the alchemist in the shop never actually went to sleep and seemed to be very suspicious of the fact that he seemed to be being watched, and just like kept squinting at him all night effectively. The alchemist doesn't seem to be in the best of moods per the report. Sela, who had been patrolling everywhere throughout the night, looks not tired at all. In fact, she just looks like she's ready to just keep patrolling, and actually offers to do so. Still in her armors and what have you. Yoon quietly reports that he has not seen anything and is going to retire to the temple to sleep that night, looking to talk to some of the other clerics before coming back to the tavern.
I have a quick question. Do we still have the effects from the first girl, or did we ever get those?
The what?
Like the personal effects of the first girl.
I don't recall anybody taking those. As far as I was aware, you guys left those at the temple.
Yeah, I know, but are they still at the temple?
I mean, you are welcome to double check with them, but they said that they would hold on to them.
All right, well, I'll text to the temple because I have an idea for that, and
Gotcha. And then lastly, Cairo also reports no ill being, and quietly to himself that there really should be more campfires and lights around, and he would be more than happy to provide, but unfortunately burning down houses is illegal. Which gets a swift kick from Sela. Question remains, what is your guys' plan of attack here, and are you taking Sela's help to keep on patrolling?
If Thiela's alright to go, then sure, we can take her. Like, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, so if she has like magic to keep her up, might as well use it. So.
Night Vale is gonna ask where the red herring is.
Kess would just report that red herring is in his shop.
Night Vale is gonna go there with Rocky Title.
Alright, so you're pretty much replacing where Kess was walking around, yes?
I want to talk with the alchemist. I have questions.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, we'll move your token to where you guys are patrolling, I guess. Just so I'm aware of who's going where.
Don't know where he is.
The alchemist is gonna be this building right here.
That is true.
He's in the old ward.
Gyro, you check the fighting arena. Zakira, you go to the tea shop in the clockwork area.
No, Zakira is marked. I'm going with her.
Oh, I'm sure that the kidnappers totally gotta come for me with, a big strong griffin around. That makes sense. And she kind of gives a smile. I can handle myself.
Yes, but fine. Good question's gonna stay with you.
Works for me. And she looks up at the flittering, twittering little contraption.
Dury, you check out the exits and entrance of the town.
Okay, I will survey. One at a time, though. I can't be in place once.
Pingwing says, had told you guys that I will be staying in the middle. I kind of expect that if we need to communicate with each other in a fast manner, I should be here to do that because I can help everybody out in that regard. And he kind of smiles a little bit. I hope that might be helpful because, and he kind of gives a little flap. I can't exactly fly too well, and I hope you don't make fun of me for that, and I just want to help the group.
It's fine. By the way, I think you want me to hear Gyro.
Do what?
I think this was the fighting arena area.
The fighting arena is that big rectangle in town square.
Yes.
This one.
That's not really. That's kind of right next to Ping, though. So. I'm heading further south to like this area.
Can't the kidnapper make people invisible?
I mean, they did mention that it's probably a spellcaster if they could hide their auras and make people invisible.
Yeah, I just don't think this is gonna work out. I'm just gonna say it, but let's try.
Well, even if they're invisible, they'll probably still leave it with a trail. There might be something suspicious that they might overlook.
Paolo, you Night Vale goes to the alchemist shop. As I heard you had a clear-looking goal in mind, so we're gonna start with you.
Yay!
As you kind of around the corner to come look into the shop. Oh my God, you can see the alchemist through the window. He seems to have fallen asleep in front of his window with the window open and the chair propped up there, as if he was looking out of his window all night, and he's just kind of snoring away with the window closed, it seems.
I can't drag good question out.
I'm the perfect spell to wake him up. gonna boop him.
Well, there was a window between you and him. Are you just booping the window?
Didn't you say the window was open?
Yeah, the window's he's behind the window.
I'm going to stealthily open the window.
Give me a sleight of hand check if you're doing this stealthily. It is a window, so it takes a little bit of finesse.
Let me see if my bat can help me.
If you can explain to me how your bat is helping you stealthily open a window, I will consider it.
He's pushing it up. Obviously.
Okay.
They are going to count to 3 and together they're going to slowly lift it.
Let's see it. You start opening the window, and it seems like your bat was I just see working titles roll, so I don't know what your roll is yet, by the way.
I don't have one. It's not gonna happen.
You're not gonna roll your sleight of hand?
Oh.
Days! So with the combination of you opening this up quietly and kind of actually watching Working Title's ears, being the hypersonic hearing bat that he is, he kind of like holds up a little claw every time he starts to hear the window get like a little too loud. He's just like, wait, it's squeaking. And then you like, you know, open up a little bit. It's kind of this team effort. And you guys open the window enough to be able to hear and see the pony unobstructed, snoring in his chair, and with a couple of breath mints and a hoof next to him.
I'm gonna boop him.
You boop him. Boop. He very suddenly and falls out of his chair. Thunk. Ow.
You.
Hey! Hey! Yeah! Get out of
Yes.
here!
No.
Watching me all night and
No,
and accusing me of things, and he kind of like wiggles a paw. Just leave me alone.
I don't think you. I think you may be innocent. I kind of believe in you.
He kind of squints. Well, that's didn't feel like that. And he kind of like squints a little bit more. Your friend or friends or some. He was watching me all night, and I just wanted to go to sleep, and I can't go to sleep when people are watching me. And he kind of like has this like little moment where he like shakes his head.
He has performance issues.
It's not. It's your fault. You are very beautiful. Of course, people are gonna keep looking at you.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Sure.
He opens his mouth as if to retort to that, instead kind of putting down his paw a little bit. Well, tell him I'm not interested, he says, still blushing very slightly, it seems.
I have questions, and you may have answers.
He seems a little bit more apt to listen as his ears kind of flick. He's attentive.
So, did you sell anyone barbarian's weed recently?
Did he tell everybody what?
Barbarian's weed.
Chew.
Chew. And he kind of thinks a little bit. Barbarians chew. And he kind of rubs his chin a little bit. That sounds familiar. I haven't made it myself in quite some time, but I did have some stores for it. And he kind of like looks back. Let me go check the receipts really quick. And he kind of gets up back from his hooves because he was still on his back from falling out of the chair. Gets up and goes toward the counter, kind of looking through it and rummaging. Nope. Looks like I had a sale the other day, and he kind of looks to it. I mean, I didn't really write down a name or anything. Somebody, yes, had bought it about 2 or 3 days ago, looks like.
Are they a white unicorn?
And he kind of thinks, now that you mention it, yes. White unicorn, bluish hair.
I see, it was shining armor.
And he, looks a little confused. I'm not aware of names, but if I recall correctly, I believe he's the only one in recent times to get that from me. Typically, we don't have people who want to be mad.
I know, it's crazy.
He kind of gives like a little bit of an eye roll a bit, and just says, "Well, in any case, is that all you needed to know?"
Also, did you ever see Wolfsbane?
Wolfsbane, oh, dear, 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 dear. Well, I've seen it. I've certainly never sold it here, he says, kind of gesturing around. Rather rare and dangerous weed, that is. He kind of thinks. Only place I would know that probably has wolfsbane is more westward. You typically won't find that here in the desert. Maybe you could find it in the right climate, perhaps up by Pendal. It's a little bit more humid there, but he kind of thinks. Typically traders don't bring it that far, so if we ever do have a werewolf problem, I suppose we'll just have to deal with it, yes?
Maybe. And he's gonna look at him. Does he look back at Night Vale?
Yeah, he's just having a conversation.
And he is gonna say, you know, you are pretty cute.
Give me a diplomacy check, you.
I shall. Yay!
Alright, continue what you're saying.
That was it.
Ah. Well, he suddenly gives a little bit of a smile. Before just saying, well, appreciate it. Next time, ask me before you open my window.
I feel after that boy pussy.
Oh. And he's going to slowly close the window, and he's gonna knock twice.
Come in.
And he's gonna open the window.
Oh my god. Thought you were opening the door. You retard.
No.
You open the window again. And he kind of blinks. Oh. I suppose I did give you permission then.
He's gonna blink twice. Blink, blink. You know, he and you have one thing in common. We are very stressed lately.
Oh my god.
And he nods. Yes, yes.
We should help each other. Calm down.
He blinks. Well, if you need it, and he kind of like holds up another little tablet that doesn't look like the breath mints that he has. A little bit experimental. You're free to try it.
I shall try it.
He tosses it over to you, and you just eat it.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't even catch with my hoof, I catch with my mouth.
Nom. And he blinks, and he watches you. Wow.
How do I?
And he kind of
Yes?
tilts his head a little bit. And I suppose that could have gone better than expected. And he takes out a small notepad and starts writing something down. And as far as you're aware, you don't feel any different.
Oh, but I do feel different. How big is the window?
How big is the window?
I mean, is it big enough for Pony to pass through?
If you open it all the way, yes, you can squeeze through it.
He's gonna open all the way. Oh no, this drug is making me feel so sleepy. I need to... Oh my god, I can barely keep myself on my feet, he says as he shoot a window.
Give me a fucking bluff check.
I mean, he's very clearly lying.
Oh, okay, so you're intentionally making the lie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean quirky.
Give me a
Like,
performance
oh
Give me a performance
no.
acting then.
Okay. Oh, nice.
He kind of just blinks and watches you acting all tired, and kind of comes over. You sure that you're okay? And he like kind of like helps
No, I'm
guides
not
you.
okay.
Uh, well, and he looks back, like more toward his back room. I mean, there's a bed back there. You're welcome to it.
I think I'll have to accept that, but I don't know if I can get there myself.
All right, come
Only
on,
a
I'll
big,
help you.
strong pony could lift me in his arms.
Yeah, it's a meantime, working title is just gonna fly off because he has to pay attention while Night Vale is busy.
All right, Paolo, congratulations. You've made me
Yay!
uncomfortable. You've made me uncomfortable. He does bring you back to the room to help, I guess, tuck you in. All right. Anything water, anything like that?
Yes.
He raises an eyebrow. Sparkling or normal? He says before chuckling and going off. Now I'll bring you normal. I don't have sparkling.
No, I mean, it's very cold here. I need some warmth.
I'll giving a blanket too.
Yes. I need something to help me heat the blanket.
And he kind of thinks, well, I have been wanting to try something out. All right, give me a second. And he goes to he goes to go grab the blanket, water, and apparently other thing. And comes back, and he's kind of doing this like he seems to be walking quickly, and as he does, you see him sprinkling this weird powder on the blanket.
To me, while he's away, Night Vale is gonna reach out for his backpack and he's gonna pull out his rope.
Paolo, what are you
Yes.
doing with the rope?
Actually, he's gonna think twice and he's gonna put the rope back, and then he's gonna pull out the manacles. Masterwork.
You pull out your manacles.
Masterwork.
Do they have are they fuzzy manacles?
No.
Alright, you pull out your normal manacles as he brings you the water and the blanket. And he kind of blinks.
He's gonna smile and look at him.
And he looks back. Am I under arrest or something?
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, I do have a cop glove. I can dress up. I can't pretend I'm a cop.
And it's at this point that I should roll sense motive for this poor soul.
Yes.
Let's see here. And starting to kind of put two and two together, he
Slow rolling.
he definitely turns a little more greatly red. Oh dear. And he kind of like looks at the door, the front door, as if like somebody was watching him. He's looking looking for Kess or something, just to see like if he's out there like watching. Give me a moment. And he goes over to the window, and you see him kind of close it and start to shut the blinds.
Yes.
All right. And while Paolo is having sex, let's let's move to Durr, who I saw flying around the place earlier.
Yes, Dur was supposed to be watching, access entrances, so he's gonna be, surveying around the town.
All right, give me a perception check.
Something like
Yeah, I was watching. I was watching your path. Yeah. All right, give me
I
a
was tempted to set it up to go forever, but I was lazy and didn't do that. Remember where stuff is on this sheet.
Alright, you start looking around as you are flying. Is there anything in particular I should be aware that you are looking for first and foremost?
A horse matching the description we know, and anyone leaving, exiting, getting close to the town edges, stuff like that.
Gotcha. You start keeping an eye out, looking around, and as you are, you don't seem to see a horse with that description that you had seen. The only, I guess, the only notable figure that you'd really like pick up on is that Ivory Drop still seems to be milling about the place. That blue mare from the tavern. That you'd helped not have to suffer the embarrassing fate of breath mints.
Bad breath.
Yeah. And she seems to be just going about her business, talking to people, and I mean, you get to hear her probably from a distance asking about those really neat necklaces that everybody seems to have. You know, just not being a Persian herself, she didn't seem to really be too savvy on that. But in generally, seems to be trying to keep herself out in the open, especially given the circumstances that you guys have laid out. Like, she doesn't want to be, you know, in alleyways and things like that. So she is very visible.
I thought she wanted to be kidnapped, though. I'm confused.
No, she did. She doesn't want to be kidnapped. She doesn't want to be stood up, though. That's what insulted her more.
Yeah.
Because they didn't kidnap her.
Yeah. It's like, there should have been something that happened.
No, they're just gonna keep looking around, watching. He has quite a lot of day to go and watch, and he just keep floating around, checking Ivory Drop every once in a while.
Checking on Ivory Drop a little every once in a while. She doesn't seem to be in any real danger that you are able to see, especially so out in the open. She doesn't seem to align herself in any way that would allude to her probably going in like alleyways or places that she might get lost.
Okay.
You don't really see anybody come from the north. You do see a fair few people actually leave north rather than coming into it, seemingly following a trail up toward Wati, as the I guess the a few people have started their kind of trek up that way, being that, as they've told you before, they want to start their kind of pilgrimage up that way for the ceremony.
Interrogate all of them, Dur.
Dur will sneakily buzz by them, make sure they have no invisible mirrors on their backs.
You could feel free to give me a more another perception for that specifically, if you'd like, or take a 10 if you're just I suppose this is better than taking a 10. So you are looking at some of the passers-by that kind of go northward, and none of them seem to be bearing any weight or anything like that. Most of them just seem to be traveling with their families, young Persians. It's mostly Persians, dressed for the weather, the hot desert weather and such, and carrying different waters. You do see a couple of the altar boys that you'd seen in the temple from before, accompanying a couple. And as they do, you could kind of see probably why, as they fill their waters with holy magic. It's the kind of basic things that Lem was telling you about. These clerics are kind of, you know, create water is kind of their thing, basic healing. They're like learning members of the clergy, effectively.
Okay. I mean, he's just making sure no one's leaving town with anyone and things are going fine.
Fantastic. Haunting forest.
Mm-hmm.
You're in front of the temple? Is that you just keeping guard?
Yeah, I would like to go head into the...
Alright, you head into the temple. What are you doing in the temple?
let's see, is the, that one priest, awake?
The one that you had asked for scrying?
Mm-hmm.
They sure are.
Alright, I will, check in to see if they can scry again for today, or
You ask them this thing, and they kind of wilf just a little bit. My. Well, I certainly can, but he kind of like looks more toward their small box of components that they kind of use to do this kind of thing. You realize that each one of these costs kind of a pretty penny.
if that's how you can do a patrol, I just need the some of the items to get us sent.
I mean, you are welcome to take the items with you for your investigation. I'm just would like to implore that you offer something to the church for this, the materials to actually make this possible.
Scrying doesn't have any material cost.
It does. A silver mirror worth 1,000 gold pieces.
It's a focus, though. It's not consumed.
Uh-huh. That's true. It is. Still, it is something that is of value, and they seem to be a little bit, I guess, rewording that slightly. He is more, he is more inclined to help you out, given if you are able to help out the church a little bit.
They want a donation.
Yeah.
I am like, why did I have to ask the dragon for money?
Because dragons have money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Money's
it's
fair.
money.
Obviously, you should steal from the church secretly and then just give them their own money back.
For context, you did have him cast Scry 3 times yesterday, which each casting takes an hour, so...
Oh yeah, we are stealing a lot of their time. I'm not denying that.
Like, this is something that he has to focus on continually for an hour at a time.
I know. I'm still like, greedy dragon. I'm Scrooge McDuck here.
And, he kind of continues on that, and I have to reserve just a little bit of, you know, what I can do for the town, with everybody gearing up for the pilgrimage and all. There's plenty of people here who might need assistance, and, you know, a couple of folks who probably head out into the desert not understanding really how hot it is, even though they've lived there their whole lives. And he kind of rolls his paw up in the air a little bit. Soft whisper, bless him. Have to keep an eye out.
How much is this going to cost?
Wow. And he kind of thinks a little bit. I'll take 500. It would be an acceptable donation for the time and the upkeep of our ever so spotless mirror that we use for this.
That's 500 silver pieces, right?
And he kind of like tilts his head a little bit. You're an adventurer, are you not?
You'll get 500 gold out.
Okay. And he takes the 500 and says, "Very well, come on in." And where are you looking at scrying?
We are scrying for the first girl.
The first one. Correct.
Mhm. Yeah, the first one who was kidnapped, though.
Alright, so he takes out the personal effects. Curiously, before we begin this, where did you guys put the other girl that was kidnapped?
Oh.
I assumed we left her with the Rumble Foxes.
And Sela, who was captain of the town guard and hopefully knows what to do.
Fair. That is a good place.
Well, I mean, this is this town's guard, so...
Yeah. Lemon had alluded to the fact that Sela is really the only one that's from this town.
Yeah, I know, I just lose all respect for anyone at this town now.
The cleric, kind of taking you in, grabs the mirror from his little box and goes toward the back, taking the personal effects of the first girl with them. Now, what kinds of things would you like to know about? Where she is? What kinds of things are you particular that I search for? If in fact
Where she is, if she's alive, if there's anyone around her.
And he kind of nods. Very well. He looks toward that kind of inner sanctum part of that temple. Well, given that you are under investigation and you seem rather trustworthy, and he looks kind of upward a little bit, I'm sure Soft Whisperer wouldn't mind a little peek into her works. Follow me inside, and he kind of brings you along with.
And I do have Naoki with me, so I just wanted to.
You follow him inside, and I will go over the details of that momentarily. Just kind of going around the table here, making sure that I get to what everybody's doing on their patrols, and then we'll come back to you on that. Gyro, what are you doing?
Gyro is over here, basically watching the ins and outs of the town and looking for Mr. white-furred, blue-maned pony.
Are you just keeping an eye out? Is that how you're looking for him?
Yes, I'm flying above and just watching the goings-on of people.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Alright, 16. Well, as you spend more and more time kind of just in this sort of, in this area, while you don't see any ponies of white and blue mane, what you do pick up on is that this area seems to be more festive than some of the others. Even if there's no real parties or anything going on, it does seem like a place where a lot of instrumentalists do seem to gather, kind of playing casual songs and that kind of thing. It seems to be more of a fun place to hang out with other sort of bards and musicians.
I see. I'm gonna try and steal a dance with a cute, what are the name of the sun cats? One of them. A sphinx.
A sphinx, yes. And you start to hop down to find a sphinx to go dance with. Important question, male or female?
Female.
Oh boy. And you go find a rather nice looking female who is just having a good time. She has some she doesn't have a lot of the traditional stuff on. She certainly has her necklace on, and it seems to be kind of having a ball in terms of the song that's playing, which seems to be kind of one of those funnier songs, you know, like how they have that one Canadian song about floating down the river Saskatchewan.
Yes.
It's like one of those, but it's like phrased along the northern river that you guys had found that one disappeared lady from. And they are just regaling the tale of, it seems, a comedic tale of how the city of Wati came to having a necropolis in the first place. More along the lines of everybody kind of died from having such a huge party, which is clearly probably not the tale, but it's still funny in context regardless. And she stops and she looks at you, and like midway to the song, she just kind of pulls you in and starts dancing around. She's just having a good time. And you're free to give me a performance dance check to see how you perform.
Oh no.
Which is just a flat charisma roll if you don't have any ranks in it.
Indeed.
Gonna fall on your face.
Let's see. I don't have any performance set up, so I was gonna roll charisma, but I don't actually see where I roll. I think I found it. There we go. Oh boy.
Oh boy. And you start to dance, or try to, is the better word for that, as she starts spinning you around, and clearly it seems that you are not the one in control of this dance, by any means. In fact, she starts kind of just like laughing as she's like dancing. Very briefly, just kind of, you don't have your feet around you, do you? And she just kind of like starts kicking your paws around to get you in line, and like this and like this and like this, and she's just like pretty much forcing you to dance in a really awkward way. Probably more fun for her than it is for you, but it seems to be working.
All right, I'll go along with it.
Fantastic.
Catbird can't dance.
Fantastic. I think that's all of our PCs and their watches. So back to Hunting Forest and what you were seeing in the scrying. He kind of takes you into that inner sanctum, closes the door, and you see him bring that really fancy-looking mirror to the middle of the it's the middle of the sanctum, where directly above the sun shines through, so it's kind of reflecting around and illuminates the wall as it kind of scatters the light outwards rather than directly upwards. If you're staying with him through the casting of the spell, slowly but surely the mirror itself starts to swirl and, you know, that kind of thing. Magical stuff as the actual window to scrying opens up into hopefully the target that I have to roll. Now let me let's just see this. Let's just see this. Nice. Oh, I had gyro selected when I did that. But they start the window starts to swirl into what seems to be the site of a smaller framed Persian lady who is she seems to be next to a mare in almost seemingly a jail cell of sorts. There's no real things happening. They just seem to be sleeping. They do look like they've been rather not kept in the best conditions. Their mane is ruffled. And the only other thing that really happens in that span of the 10 minutes that the scrying kind of goes on for is one of them kind of raises their head briefly as some kind of skeletal guard walks by. And you see him holding kind of a torch, looking at them for briefly before just walking on as they are still in their cell. And they kind of defeatedly lay their head back down. And once the spell's ended, he pulls back his claws to pick up puts forward his claw to pick up the mirror, and kind of blinks. I think we found her.
Yes. Do you have any idea where that is?
And he blinks. There's certainly no places that I know that have wandering skeletons about, unfortunately. Well, thankfully, rather.
It was a prison cell. Is there anything like that here?
He kind of thinks. Only prison cells I know of that would fit some kind of description of that. At least, what I've read in books is probably eastward toward Crimin Isle, but I doubt that they're that far. Only capital boats take prisoners that far. And it doesn't look like that's even manned by the guards of Sion. That looks like it's... well, that looks like the creations of something that Soft Whisper herself probably wouldn't be too happy of.
I'm gonna have Nyoka smell the personal effects of the girl, and because she has the scent ability, so she'll get like a bonus for locating her when we're in 30 feet from her, or 60 if we're downwind.
Alright, you start sniffing Nyoka starts sniffing. I like the thing that pool guy linked in a spectator voice. Sorry, just noticed that.
Yeah.
So you now have the scent. Though,
Alright.
I will say that, like, that doesn't stick with something forever. I mean, you don't give a dog a scent and then 30 days later expect that dog to be able to pick up the same scent, like, without giving it another sample.
Oh, I could take one of the things with me. Like, I don't know how much we got from that.
Are you asking them for it?
Yeah, if I could.
And they do grant you one article that you'd be able to use.
Alright. I'll make a note of that.
All right. As for the lollygaggers here, I need a. All right. Dur Gyro.
Yes.
Pick one or two, both of you, but make sure that you each have a different number.
2.
All right. So Paolo.
I guess I get one. I don't get to pick. You lied.
Or sorry, not Dur. I meant Paolo.
Yes.
It looks like Gyro picked 2, so you're 1.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just
I win.
Paolo, Night Vale.
Do I roll for pregnancy?
No. But you can give me a perception check. In your afterglow.
Oh, by the way, a working title is flying outside.
Oh! Then working title would definitely notice a very, very angry Sela who seems to be muttering something about lollygaggers and not knowing where you're on patrol at.
Yeah. Working title is gonna wonder what a lollygagger is. He's gonna go say hi to Sela. Squeak.
The bat flies down and says hi to Sela. Squeak! And obviously Sela has seen your bat before and kind of blinks. Bat! Where is your master?
Squeak. Squeak.
I understand not this bat language.
Squeak. Squeak.
And she squints.
The bat is gonna point up, and then he's gonna do like he's wearing binoculars to indicate that he's very hard at work observing from above.
Your bat's trying to be a homie and tell gesture that like he's just up in the sky patrolling.
Yeah.
Alright, give me a bluff check on behalf of your bat. It would be a very convincing lie had you not been in the desert where it's cloudless.
Oh.
And she looks up. And he looks at the bat. You know, very little persons actually like to fly for very long periods of time. And I would be very, very impressed if your dark-furred bat friend, she says, could go undetected against a bright blue background of a sky.
Squeak.
And she squints. Where is your master? He is supposed to be in patrol over here.
Squeak. Squeak. Squeak.
She kind of goes, I should not have let him alone by himself. And she starts like going door to door. Knock, 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 knock. If your bat is following along. She seems to be ignoring the bat now as she knocks on one of the first doors, not the alchemist door, one of the other ones, and pretty much starts asking people, "Have you seen this bat?" And you know, the first couple of people, no, and then she looks toward the back. What are you squeaking about?
Squeak. Squeak. Squeak.
And she sits. Well, stop your squeaking and explain to me what you mean.
Squeak.
This does not help me.
Squeak. 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 Squeak.
Take me to him then.
Squeak!
And she just starts following the bat. Like, she doesn't know what to do.
The bat is gonna think for a second. And he's going to start flying circles.
After 1 or 2 circles, she kind of stops. You are taking me nowhere.
Squeak!
Night Vale, give me a perception check.
Which one?
You.
Okay.
Does your familiar share your alignment?
What?
Does the familiar share your alignment?
The familiars
Yeah.
have their own alignment.
But we are both chaotic cute.
Not. Now you're not.
Yes, I am.
He's chaotic horny is what he is.
Yeah, now Damien's soul in you.
Night Vale, you hear the incessant squeakings of your bat outside that seems to be delaying the inevitable as, your friend is kind of manacled to the bed.
At least he's not man.
Oh yes, it is now post-coitus time, and now you're hearing that there's somebody looking for you outside, and your bat is doing their best, it seems, to squeak out loud enough for you to hear.
Oh no, I better clean up quick.
Oh boy.
He's going to clean up as fast as he can. And then...
Your alchemist friend asks you to put the gender potion back on the top cabinet where it belongs.
So I do have to roll for pregnancy.
That is for me to know and you to find out. Alchemists are
That's-
crazy things.
Wait a minute, is that the one thing he gave to me?
Maybe.
I hope not.
Don't worry about it.
I am worried about it.
You
I
haven't
like
noted-
my dick.
You haven't, you definitely still had a dick. Let me tell you.
Nice.
You certainly haven't felt any different.
As long as I have my dick. The world is mine to conquer.
What are you doing, hearing your bat and cleaning up and
I-
such?
When I get my manacles back,
You do so.
I gonna tuck him. Make sure he has a good night's sleep, and I'm gonna try to leave the door while the evil lady is not looking for me.
Alright, give me a stealth check to sneak out the door.
I need to find the bottom.
You are totally getting caught.
You never know. Let's, just...
You know, the secret roll's kind of defeated when you have 3D dice enabled.
Yeah. Still, it's kind of funny. And what's her modifier? I should have just... I actually have her sheet right here. She's kind of looking around. You close the door right in time for her to just kind of like look down, spot you, and suddenly her gaze gets very, very angry. You!
Hello?
What are you doing?
I was examining his quarters.
Paolo, that was dumb. And she walks straight up to you, march, and she stamps right in front of you. You have been given no authorization to conduct thorough researches into the alchemist's quarters.
He gave me authorization himself.
And
I wonder how good her nose is.
No.
it depends on how Paolo cleaned up.
He's a very good cleaner.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Roll
Okay.
for cleanliness.
Or for cleanliness.
Give me a d20.
Oh no. No, I need to find Slash again. Computer doesn't have Slash. Need to search for Slash on Google.
Drusilla's weird.
I mean,
How do you not have slash on your keyboard?
this keyboard is weird. I press buttons and they don't work.
Sounds like you just need a new keyboard.
Copy it to your paste buffer. Just leave it there forever. Control V is your slash now.
She starts
Some,
looking like squinting at you more and more, and her nose kind of wiggles a little bit.
wait a minute. She doesn't know how cum smells like.
Her nose wiggles a little bit.
Are you saying paladins don't get laid? Because we've proven that wrong.
Implying no paladins of Lishtata exist. Also implying Steel Prism.
That one doesn't count.
Totally counts. In any case, her nose wiggles, but her hoof actually comes up to her little symbol. She doesn't seem like to comment on something that she certainly picks up with her nose, but rather she does comment something else. Well, I find it more suspicious that you do not seem to be pinging with as much of an evil energy as you have before, and I am not sure whether or not to be relieved or suspicious.
Well, he got rid of his
That's
demons.
right.
What was that?
Yeah, Edville is gonna smile because he now knows how he can get rid of it. He just has to have sex.
Yeah,
I have to do this more
Yeah,
often now.
something demons.
Yeah.
And she just kind of continues to squint. What have you done?
I have been a very good person.
One does not simply become non-evil over the course of less than 24 hours.
Yes, you do. You just need to have a good paladin such as yourself show the way.
And she squints even harder. She seems to be wholly suspicious and is, with her gaze alone, and like pressing you for more information.
I don't know.
Her nose kind of like narrows in on yours. She gets like right in your face. Tell me what you have done.
I don't think you can hear what I done and still be considered a saint person.
And she stamps her paws again. I have half a mind to drag you back to your compatriots so that little Griffin can dig into their ear and pop out that eardrum of yours for your incompetence.
I'm not incompetent. Just ask him.
And she bites down on your ear and starts pulling you away.
Ah.
So is that like 1d4 damage?
What was that?
I said, so how hard is she biting? Like 1d4 damage? Are we tearing it off here?
Oh, I mean, it will do damage if he tries to resist.
Want.
Yeah, she's just painfully pulling you along for no damage, but it definitely hurts. Dur, give me a 1d4.
Activio is gonna wonder, did I clean up behind my ear?
3D dice is weird.
It is. I'm not particularly a fan. I know David likes them. I'm gonna disable them for now, because I'm not too much of a fan, honestly.
Okay, that one lined up.
Alright, it's gonna refresh.
Why?
Bye!
Because
That's why.
modules. So she starts carting you around. Dur! You happen to intersect at one of the entrances, and it's at this one over here. Amid your patrolling, let me move you. As they pull you around the corner, Dur, you look down and see what seems to be Sela tugging along Night Vale by the ear and very muffledly saying,
How?
"What?"
Night Vale's up here.
Ah!
Well, I mean,
How do you get down here?
like I said, she was carting him away, so she's kind of taking this path. Bomb, 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 and you kind of catch him around here as she's pulling him back into the center. Are you doing anything? Because she's certainly not looking up for you. I'm just saying you have seen this. And she seems to be muttering something about incompetence and eardrums.
Yeah, he'll flutter down and go, "Oh, did you catch the bad guy?"
And her ears perk and she looks and she kind of spits out the ear. "Ah, perfect timing! You, just the little one. Climb in this ear, would you?"
I don't clean ears.
Oi! Or wrong. Give me a second. Okay. Gotta get my accents in a row here.
Scientist.
Yeah. Shut up. It was for a half second. And she points to you and just gestures to her own ear. "No, you do not clean them, but your friend here is more happy not keeping an eye out for the missing people than not. That and the fact that he has done something very suspicious, and I do not like it."
What did he do? Did he try to break into someone's house again and steal stuff?
That wasn't me.
And she shakes her head. No. I do not know what he did, for he will not tell me. But he is no longer making me feel his evil energies. I have a suspicion that he is hiding them for nefarious purposes.
Drew's gonna tilt his head and go, You know, if the other guy hides the evil stuff, you really should tell us what you did, because that would help us really find the, guy that's been kidnapping people."
I'm gonna try to tilt my head. What?
Oh, I see what you mean.
And she kind of looks over. Yes, tell us what foul magic you have used to hide yourself so we may recognize it.
I finally got it. It was the anti-conservative.
It was the what?
I think you used to not have babies.
So, that's what pill he gave you.
Yes, he gave me a pill of anti-evil.
What pill have you eaten?
You see, when a boy really likes another boy, and one of those boys...
A hoof goes right to your muzzle. And she just like, shh. I do not care how hard your dick gets at the sight of red Persians. Do you understand me?
He's gonna nod.
Thank you. She marches off. March. It's seemingly in the direction of the alchemist house.
No! He's gonna try to grab her. You can't.
Did you ever untie him from the bed?
It
You grab on one of her back legs as you start begging her not to go, but she is not stopping, and you're just being dragged along by her back leg now.
Drew flutters with, like, what? Why is he? Huh?
Please stop. I just put him to sleep.
And then she looks down. Evil! Absolutely evil! And she keeps dragging you.
I promise to be a good person, but please don't go there.
She seems to be steadfast in going, unless Dur is somehow making an attempt to stop her.
What the hell happened?
And she kind of grunts as she's pulling him along. Well, your friend here, and she drags, seems to think that rather than keeping an eye out for you possible perpetrators, drag, it is a better idea, drag, to keep, having, sex on the job.
I bet was keeping a lookout. I was keeping a look in.
Drew lets out an audible sigh, which is impressive for his size.
I needed to make him talk. Wink, wink.
Did you get any info?
I did. And
What?
that white horse with the blue hair. He brought the barbarian's weed. Barbarian's weed.
And if you are staying held onto her leg, you are now being dragged up a couple stairs with a thud, 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 thud.
I don't know how to stop this evil lady.
Open up, you!
No!
There is a brief pause before a very small "nobody's home" comes from inside the door. Open up, you!
He already did. Let him rest now.
What's your AC?
14.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Let me open up Sela's sheet really quick.
Oh no.
And let's see. Martial attacks.
Is she gonna smite him?
No. But the roll. She's not biting you, but this is the same. It's the same. Actually, no. Her thing is different for that. Actually, let me pull that up. 14. You said?
Yes.
No boy. 1d20 plus 10 plus 4.
Oh, nice. Oh no. What?
I don't think a 9 hits you.
No.
Oh, actually, I don't know why. I don't know why I rolled that. Actually, that was a 4 plus the thing minus the thing. Okay, yeah. She definitely does not hit you. But her back paw goes to like kick at you, and misses you briefly. From your incompetent little joke, and eventually the door kind of opens with a very, very small crack in it, and a little eye kind of peeks through. What is it? And Sela just kind of opens the door out and that kind of takes the handle out of his paw, and she looks very mad. Is this your plaything? And she kind of holds up her back leg with you on it. And he looks down. Other way around, really? And she slams in the door. Poof! And, she seems to damn near break it. I am not here to play games with you! And he looks like he's absolutely shrinking in his spine. I'm sorry, I just thought, it's just a little joke. I am not here to play games! She looks absolutely furious. And then starts trying to shake you off. Her leg. Night Vale, are you hanging on?
I try.
Oh boy, give me a strength check.
Oh no.
Not 0.
Fair. Well, she still manages to shake you off and kind of thuds you next to them. Get up to your hooves.
He's
like,
gonna obey.
and you stand up, and she like now looks at the both of you. I do not care who is the bottom or who is the top, as you say. I need to know what you have done to him and what you have allowed this alchemist to do to you. to make you hide your evil natures. And the alchemist kind of shuffles a little bit. It was just an experiment. And she slams the door again, poof, which now has a hoof print in it. What did you give him? And he cringes a little bit because that hoof went like, or that paw, sorry, went right next to his head. I meant paw. And he very quickly starts kind of rummaging in his pack. Just one of these. And he pulls out a very small little tablet of something. Dur, you also obviously notice this. You're in the area. It seems to be a different sort of thing. It doesn't look like one of the mints or anything like that. It just seems to be a small little crafted thing. It's just, I thought it would be just nice for him to have. What does it do? It's that. And he kind of points towards her necklace and then pulls up a paw and points at his own. I'm sorry. And she leans in really close. Next time you wish to tamper with what Soft Whisper would like us to see, I will not be so kindly to you as I am today, she says as she swipes away the little thing. Duly noted, miss. And she slams the door in his face. Now you are outside the door, Night Vale. So she glares at you and squints. She squints very hard.
I looked at the ground in fear.
And after a couple moments, she looks back up to Dur. And
He shrugs.
she kind of like holds up the little thing. Take this to your alchemist friend and his girlfriend, wherever they may be. I do hope they are also having not as much fun on the job, she says, glaring at Night Vale, as she hands you the tiny little like alchemical ingredient thing.
Yay!
Yeah, I'll have him look at it.
Dur, I take it you were flying around to try to find Gyro?
Well, I assume that with Jur constantly doing circles around Tom, he may know roughly where he is already.
Yep, and it was a longer path too, so you were more than aware of where Gyro is and how many drinks he's being offered.
Jur will make his way over towards the party side of town, where serious business happens and nothing else.
Exactly. I am seriously investigating.
You managed to kind of flutter in with now what seems to be 3 or 4 sphinxes who are all ladies, mind you, just kind of like around Gyro, and they seem to be asking him all about his like wonderful little alchemical creations and things like that. They seem to be very, very interested.
Gyro's of course a bit sad that Good Question isn't here, but he knows they're doing a good job.
Oh no, they're oohs and ahs, and a couple people even tried to start making a dance they have dubbed the Tinkerer. So,
Oh no.
Jur knows what to do.
What is Dur doing?
He's gonna go fluttering behind Gyro
You do so.
and give him a poke. That's broken. How long has that been broken? When's the last time we actually fought?
Ooh.
been a while.
It has been
When did that break?
Wait, have we? Yeah, we have fought in this particular
Yes.
one.
I think so.
But has Dur fought in this one? I don't know.
Actually, maybe not.
There's been a
don't
few.
think we have.
There's been. I mean, you mainly use your bow, as far as I was aware.
Did you ever use your bow at all?
Shush you.
I ask you.
Either way,
Anyway,
he's gonna stab Gyro, well, on the flank.
You suddenly feel a very sharp poking in your flank, Gyro.
I am going to cringe a little bit and turn my head.
And it's obviously a playful stab, not meant to actually cause injury.
Yes.
A tiny griffin is next to you.
Oh, y'all wanted to see one of my inventions, right? Well, I made this little creature.
And they all look look down at the at the very small thing, the one you were dancing with before. Oh, he's a wee little Cliffy! And it just like looks at the tiny Dirt, and Dirt, I mean, are you avoiding getting grappled at this point because she's like
Yes.
All right, what's your CMD?
Defense is CM. Oh god, it's 11.
They miss.
Night Veil misses. Good.
Oh yeah, well I just had Night Veil selected. It rolls from whatever I've selected. But they go to like try to pick you up, but you mean you just kind of like dodge and hop up either on their paw.
Careful there. Careful. Be nice. He's a little fragile. He'll also deny that I made him. He's not really the best about that, but you know how it goes.
I could have stabbed somewhere else.
And they kind of like look at you like almost incredulously, as if like, you know, like a living thinking machine is the weirdest thing, and the one that you were dancing with kind of just answers, "Your boom's out the window."
Do what?
Huh?
And one of the ones next to you just says, "He thinks you're talking, or she thinks you're talking nonsense."
I see. Well, I'm not.
And they kind of like look down, and they're like, wow. And she says, one of them just says, "Talk again. Come on, do it. Do it. Come on." And they're like urging you, like, "Come on, do more. Dance
You're
for me,
just
monkey."
gonna ignore them, float up to Drow's head, tug on a feather, and go, "You know we're supposed to be on watch."
I am watching very diligently. I am making sure none of these ladies get kidnapped.
And it's about at that time when back along where they're having kind of a little bit more of the festivities that you say that you're on watch. One of them comes out. "Oi, Gyro, I've got your beer right here, you."
Yeah. I'ma grab it and take a big old swig.
Take a swig of beer. Life of the party, this one is.
Oh, I should tell Sela. She just got done beating up Night Veil for slacking off.
It's true. It was very painful.
Hey, I am not an adventurer. I just happened to find your group.
He's a wee little thinker, he is.
Exactly.
Just gonna roll his eyes. The alchemist gave Night Veil some fancy anti-evil pill. Sela wanted you to look at it.
Okay, I'll take a look at it in time. Probably this evening.
And you should do something other than drink. He says,
I am.
glaring.
I am dancing too.
Give me an intimidation check there.
Glaring.
Absolutely glaring. You are free to give me a will save against that intimidation check from the tiny griffin. Although, I believe for every 2 size categories over, or that over you that he is, you technically, I believe in Pathfinder rules, get a -4. Which would be
Sounds
like,
good to me.
or like, sorry. So
Yeah, I know.
-8 total brings the total to 8. And it turns out tiny birds aren't as intimidating as most things. But the glare is still there. And while you're not demoralized, it pierces.
Make your backstab damage.
Ladies?
What was that?
I said, isn't he so cute, ladies?
And one, they all kind of nod. I hope you bring him around more.
What do you say, Dur?
He just shakes his head and goes, "Not one of your creations. You show off your actual one. Now stab someone else next time.
And they all start kind of like giggling, like more impressed with the personality that Gyro has put into this tiny little robot. And just one of them just says, the one that he's dancing with before just kind of goes along the lines of, "Oi, is you as black as the earth of a waistcoat? This one, look at him go!"
Yep. Probably yes.
You have received Tiny Pill, I believe.
Yes, I have received the tiny pill.
I thought it was a tablet.
Tablet, pill, thing,
Same thing.
Same thing.
Guys is
multivitamin.
This guy's is insulted by your Scottish accent, apparently.
He should be
He
insulted
should
by
be.
most of my accents because I am not from any of these nationalities, and nor am I good at them.
Wasn't he British?
The only accent that I claim to be decent at is the one I use for Thumbtack.
Paolo,
Yes?
where's Scotland?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
What is it?
They don't teach him these things in third world history.
I learned something new today.
He's got a wee little brain.
Here I thought Paolo was just
Amazing.
You know who Sky should really be offended by is Paolo's Brazilian accent. He's doing a terrible job.
I am.
Say it again. Say cheap. Say cheap.
I can't.
Oh boy. All right. Gyro, what are you doing from then?
I guess I'll take a break to examine the things.
And you start taking a break to examine the things. And as you are taking a look at it, give me a craft alchemy.
Sure. I'll roll if it's like greater than 30. What is my craft alchemy? Somewhere. Okay, 21 is technically the lowest I could roll. Well, no, I actually don't get my plus with familiar. Look at that.
A 22 will get you that this is a small tablet, an alchemical item, that has the undetectable alignment magic upon it.
Neat.
Which you as an alchemist would also realize this is a 2nd level alchemist spell. So then a little added bit of information, given that that is also part of your class.
Yep.
The other like females that are kind of around you, kind of like lean on. They're kind of watching you look at this a little bit, and one of the ones that you weren't dancing with just kind of comments, "Oh, what's that thing? What do you got?"
Oh, it's just something from the other alchemist in town. They wanted me to look at it. It's just a little. Well, it's not really magic, right? Because what we do isn't magic, but it's kind of similar.
You know magic?
Like I said, it's not quite the same thing. But I know how to make things that are similar to magic.
And she kind of looks to the other like girls for a moment and just says, "He knows magic. He knows how to dance." And that kind of like she kind of looks over. "You don't happen to be single?"
Yeah, I am.
And that's approximately when you see that Sphinx flash into a brief green flame, and the very and the very annoyed form of Zakira is in front of you.
Hey, we're not technically going steady right now.
Size in leaf. Well, good. I don't have to stab him now. I can do it.
Thank God.
Wait, but where's Good Question? I should have known that. Good Question's been following her.
Yep, and she kind of rummages in her bag and pulls out a very tied up Good Question and hands it to you. And she still is glaring right at you. Here's your robot back, Mr. Suave.
Yes, thank you.
And she kind of like pulls you in by like the collar of your little Tinker's respirator and pulls you like right up to your face level. We will talk about this later when I don't have to catfight every one of these bitches at this party. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And she turns around and she walks up, and that's when you hear, after a couple moments, the Scottish lass just say, "Hey, what got up her coochie?" And after that, you do see Zakira's ears twitch, and then her hair catches on fire, and she freaks out and starts running away. Ah! And starts trying to put it out.
I will follow Zakira. Probably the best choice at this point.
Now you're thinking of good choices, eh?
We found out how she became evil.
It was Gyro's fault! It was all Gyro's fault! Hunting Forest.
Mm-hmm.
You exit the church and kind of go through those gates that surround the temple as to what you see to be a very angry, Neric-looking Zakira walking out into the square, seemingly going to the direction where Pingwing said he was stationed, and a very, very timid-looking Gyro following behind.
That idiots do now.
Oh, and Dur. Dur is also there.
Yeah, but I don't see Dur, obviously.
Nightveil, it looks like you're there too.
Yes, just her hiding from evil Sunny.
The gang's all here then, as seems like Zakira is wandering up toward. What are you doing, Hunting Forest?
I'll fly over there and be like, well, I hope you guys have found something useful.
Oh, I found more than something useful, alright. I found an absolute tool, let me tell you.
Oh,
She does not look to be in the best mood.
I found out I was right.
About...
Alchemist Souls, Barbarians Chill, as you like to call it, to the white unicorn with blue hair.
Well, I found the, where the, girl who's kidnapped is, kind of. She's alive. And being kept at a place with, skeletal guards. And seems like a prison.
I see. So where is this place?
That's the question we need.
So then you didn't find out where she's being kept.
I did more than you!
How do you know? You haven't even heard what I've found yet.
Yeah, tell him about all the girlfriends you found.
Hey, I didn't find any girlfriends there besides you. That was a bit of a surprise.
There's just a green aura going around Hunting Forest as he activates his acid aura.
There's a green aura going around Zakira as her flames start flaring up. I'm gonna write that down on my commission list. The Zakira supremely pissed off at Gyro.
I don't know. I did nothing wrong.
And she like almost incredulously looks to Dur for like confirmation that she's not crazy.
Oh no! I said I was gonna stab him if you weren't there. I'm surprised you haven't.
And then she just kind of a flash of green smoke later. She now looks exactly like Gyro, and just said,
Oh,
she starts like,
no.
oh, look at me! Oh, look at me! I make such cool little contraptions! Oh, magic pills! Oh, yes! Girls, flock around me! Flock around me! And she starts like shouting it really loudly to the square, to the people who are around, who start looking at the now disguised Zakira Gyro as like a kind of crazy and weird now that there's two gyros in this square. And like just changes back brief after a couple moments, and is just kind of like glaring back at you, Gyro. She's none too happy.
I was trying to extract information.
I feel like you were trying to extract more than one thing, if you ask me.
Telephone numbers don't count.
What's a telephone?
What are cell phones?
That was an out-of-character joke.
That's a joke.
That was an out of character question. So with the mad Zakira now aware that she's not crazy, with the confirmation of Dur, who looks like he was willing to stab Gyro in that event, she seems more content to be angry.
Dur, you're supposed to help a homie out.
You can't help you. Can't help you out of that mess.
I'll move Zakira down
You
here.
dug your own grave.
And a penguin could be spotted coming around the corner, kind of peeking around. He seems to have heard somebody yelling this direction. Oh, hello everybody. How's it going? And she kind of comes over here.
Anyway, are you later? Are you busy later?
Not exactly, but I wanted to tell Zakira and Gyro that there's some very pretty flowers in the flower shop today, and it would probably be a good time to go there if you guys wanted something fun to do. And Zakira glares at Pingwing, who now doesn't realize how bad of a time it is to have said that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that is for the best. You know, I'm gonna disappear for a little bit, Zakira.
Okay, yeah. Go on your double dates.
No, I didn't arrange dates with any of them. I was just having fun.
And she crosses her hooves.
Nothing would have happened between me and them. You should trust me on this.
And she scoots around. You could feel free to give me a diplomacy check.
This is when I roll a 1 on my +1.
She still seems to be giving you the cold Kieran shoulder. It's the really cold shoulder.
But they're really hot. They're Kieran.
Oh yeah, it's definitely hot in looks, but ice cold. Ice cold otherwise.
The question, though, that pill that Nighttime was given, did that alchemist give it to
It's
anyone
nice,
else? Shut the fuck up.
What pill? What are we talking about here?
Oh, the alchemist created a pill of height alignments.
And Pingwing's eyes kind of go bright. Oh, I haven't met any alchemist who've used that effectively. There's not really been a need to use that. That's more of one of the beginner alchemist things that they teach us up in Erelon. But I'll shut up now.
Good.
You knew these things existed and you failed to mention it?
I figured it was elementary, but I'm sorry.
It kind of is, yes.
You didn't mention it either, asshat.
I mean, plenty of ways exist to hide one's alignment. We discussed this.
Pingwing looks somewhat nervous now. I'm sorry. I have references to really good books you could pick up to learn some of that stuff if you really need to. He whiffs a little bit. Sorry.
Well, don't you think we should check with that red herring to see if he sold this pill to anyone else?
Oh, that sounds like a really good idea. I just saw Sela coming from that way. I'm sure that she'd probably be like to go see him too.
Oh, Sela, right.
Go talk to the only person here.
He mentioned that it was a work in progress. I don't believe he would sell it to anyone.
True, but it might have been stolen also, so. Things have been planted on him before.
Can we go there in the morning? I think he needs to rest from Sela.
It is
Is it morning?
Why would he need the rest from you?
Oh, Penguin. I'll tell you all about it later. I want you to meet him.
Okay, that's fair. And Penguin looks like he's just like completely unaware about what you guys have just been subjected to. He's just kind of vibing. He's having a good time, just not dying for once. It changes one's introspective on life when you almost get swallowed by a sand creature.
He did get swallowed by a sand creature.
Permanently. Let's he kind of like starts going this way. I mean, she was here a second ago. I kind of saw her march that way, and he kind of points like kind of northwestward. But if you want to go talk to the alchemist, the kind is probably the best. And he starts kind of walking this way. You know, I saw the weirdest Persians. It's so weird. They all look like cats, and they're very cute. I'm not really partial to cats, but and he kind of blushes a little bit. Well, I'm not really partial to them because I know there's one there that isn't too much of a cat person, but yeah, I'll stop rambling now, and they get to the door.
See, even Penguin likes cats, and he doesn't like anybody. Or likes Persians, and he doesn't like anybody.
You're not taking yourself out of this doghouse.
Zakira actually wouldn't follow you here. The moment you guys got to the square, she'd humph off into the tavern.
Hunting, you should go see if she's okay.
No, I'm the only one here who can seem to get anything done, so I will interrogate this asshole.
No! I believe me, I already asked all the important questions out of him.
Hunting's going to the door.
You go to the door.
No, he's gonna grab your leg.
He's still going.
Drag. You go up to the door. There's a big paw print. There's a big paw print in it already.
Going to slam on the door.
Do. Nobody's home.
I will breathe acid on your door.
All right. Give me a second.
All of all of Knight's friends want to come talk with him.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Once again, the door opens to the sight of Night Vale clinging onto somebody's leg.
How many of these little pills do you have?
And he blinks. I mean, who's asking?
I'm rolling intimidate.
What?
I'm rolling intimidate.
Go for it.
18.
And he kind of flinches a little. I got a bottle. I got a bottle. Like, he looks like he's like about to like die.
Did you give them to anyone else?
I run an alchemist shop.
Who did you give them to?
People who buy them.
I'm turning on my acid aura again. Things are probably going to start melting.
No, but I'm
Oh
still
my
at your
God.
leg.
No,
You turn on your acid aura. Might fail. You're still clinging onto his leg.
Yeah, stop.
Roll your-
Seriously, don't destroy his shop. Don't be
Again.
a jerk.
my macro doesn't work anymore.
We already falsely accused him earlier. Durr already falsely accused him earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Deny, deny, deny.
And let this poor fellow have his shop. Gosh.
Are you still doing your acid aura?
Yeah, my macro stopped working apparently. So I'm trying to
Good.
figure out- I'll just roll a d6.
No.
Yeah, 1 acid damage.
And some of the paint starts to chip away off of the door and house. And he, like, tries to start pulling the door shut. Shut, close.
If you don't want your entire store to be a mess, I suggest you start giving me useful information.
I'd
My
like to
God.
see you try to make my store a mess, he says, trying to pull the door shut.
Oh, I've done it before.
And he's
No. Ah.
I'm going to readying acid breath.
You're gonna what?
I'm readying the acid breath.
And he seems to be reaching for something on his bandolier.
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
Oh god, all my macros don't work. Why are they all fucking up here?
Stop fighting.
Yeah, quit being a jerk here.
It's up to you. If there is going to be things, it's certainly going to be an initiative roll rather than an attack roll.
And I guess I will not do anything because all my things don't work. Thanks, Foundry.
He is still clutching to something on his bandolier.
Just checking. Mine worked just fine. Well, no, actually only partially worked. I didn't actually get a damage roll.
Yeah, this update is broken.
It's probably
Hmm.
There's been a couple updates since you guys have actually fought for the API.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of updates since we last actually rolled damage.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll mess with it at some point.
It's literally broken. You can't make it work.
And still clutching something on his bandolier, he kind of squints upwards. I have the right to run my own shop.
You do indeed. Don't listen to this bastard.
And it's about this time when behind you guys you hear kind of a yawn from around the corner, and then a few notes, and then you kind of hear that one voice again. Up and at it already. And the sight of Lem, the bard, is kind of looking over. Oh my!
Hey, Lem.
That is gonna scream. Help!
Oh dear, what's going on? What's going on? And he rushes over, rush, and it's Red Herring that kind of talks first. He's trying to tear down my shop.
He is.
And Lem looks at Hunting Forest. Is this true?
He's apparently been selling pills that hide alignments to people.
And Lem actually looks at him and just says, "Really? How much?"
Not now.
And right. I mean, I don't see the problem here. He's an alchemist.
In a town that's everyone who can detect alignments, that evil people have been kidnapping people.
Yeah, some people like their privacy. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm with them here.
You don't think this is all useful information that we should have known fucking days ago?
We haven't been here days.
And Red Herring kind of squints. Well, you never asked. Much like you never asked me name.
I'm going to tell the fucking paladin about this.
Ah,
You
see
have fun with
that?
that.
She just went back to the tavern. She seemed to be all in a rage. What did you do to her already?
I'm going to fly off to the tavern.
And Hunting Forest flutters off. Lem, however, stays behind. Oh, what's got up his green pickle?
He's angry
You know
because
how
he hasn't
dragons
got
are.
his money yet.
And he kind of like looks up, looks down. Well, quite honestly, I've never seen a dragon so much in a huff about a pill.
Anyway,
What?
you know Mandy.
I do know mending, yes. And he goes up to the door and starts mending the person's door again. And actually kind of fixes the paw print on there that was left by Sela earlier. Fix, 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 fix. I'm sorry about my friend. He's just got some anger issues, and today's been a very rough day. And I hope you're doing well. Otherwise, and he smiles, and he just kind of nods. I've had a fantastic morning, thank you very much.
I bet you have.
What made it so fantastic? Oh, just I hope have a new return customer to my store. Just really nice lad. He kind of thinks, well, that's good. You should always have a good repertoire around. I'm sorry if we damaged anything about that. Wait, I don't think you're bad personally. And he kind of like smiles. And, I don't think Night Vale does either. Do you, Night Vale?
Oh no. I think I know him quite well by now.
Oh, so you guys are friends?
Yes. Would you like to show our friendship?
And he kind of smiles, and he looks like he's about to like nod yes before the alchemist cuts in. No, 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 no. Okay. Well, I suppose I should have expected that. What? Oh, no, 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 sorry. And he kind of like, I didn't mean it. Like, never mind. And he like, kind of blushes a little bit. Blush.
Oh. It's okay, Penguin. You are my friend.
Okay, I can accept that as something that came out of your mouth.
That's not the only thing that came out of his mouth.
And he kind of thinks, like, looking around, he seems to kind of think that people are just kind of joking around with him, so he kind of tries to poke a little bit of his own fun. Actually, I revoke that statement. My only friend is, and he reaches up to kind of tug down at Durr right here, and he sits him on his shoulder set.
Wow, I am going to tell your penguin about that.
And Gunter pokes his head out and starts glaring at Durr. Honk! Honk, 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 honk. Gunter, that's a very rude thing to say. Honk, 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 honk. Don't you mock me. Honk, 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 honk.
Okay, that works.
Gunter wants you to apologize for being my friend.
Your Blink's tilting his head going, sorry?
Honk, honk. He said, mean it.
Sorry?
Alright, he accepted that as an apology. And yeah, he says you're not allowed to be my friend anymore.
I'll stab him.
Gunter hides a little bit more into the bag, but is glaring at you otherwise.
A penguin doesn't have any friends.
What's new?
Oh,
The alchemist just kind of testing out his door. He kind of opens it, closes it. And it's actually not even squeaky anymore. Penguin's mending spell seems to have remedied that, and he seems kind of happy. I appreciate it. And Penguin says, "Oh, no problem, but per my penguin's instruction, we can't be friends, so don't think me too much about it."
He is so wit.
Your penguin has control issues.
Oh no, he's just very jealous all the time. Hark! Alright, he told me to tell you he's not jealous all the time. Penguin just kind of smiles. Well, I mean, if these pills are around, how many have you sold them to anybody? Within the last few days, maybe? I know you said that you sold a couple, I guess. And he kind of brightens up. I mean, I could go check my receipts. And he kind of goes over to his receipt book. Do.
Penguin,
Yes?
if you ever want to be friends again, I will accept your friendship.
You heard the man.
It's not a man.
He's certainly, well, I don't know. He's just very mad at you now. And very jealous. And, you hear the alchemist in the inside start flipping, flip. Aha! And he, tilts his head a little bit. It looks like the only one to have bought any is under... Well, I got one from a Persian. Oh, yes, I remember him. What did he look like? Tabby fellow. Don't believe he's local, though.
We
So-
heard the word tabby today.
What was that?
We heard said the word tabby today.
It was on Kess.
Oh no! I was right.
What?
It
Kess
is
was
a,
described as a tabby, is what Paolo was pointing out.
yeah,
Oh.
and he disappeared for a long time.
He disappeared for as long as the kidnapping was happening.
Yeah.
Which one was Cass again? It's the bard, right?
The one that was not at the fight.
Yeah, the fighter. Or the monkey. One of those two.
I see.
Well, he's looking up at you, just... Is there a problem?
Mm,
You sure you don't recognize that Persian? Never saw them before?
Well, I mean... I don't really leave my shop too often, and he kind of like looks around. I like to stay in the back, primarily.
Except to court the ladies, right?
And he kind of gives a nervous little laugh. Yeah.
ah, ha, ha.
Yeah. What? Sure, yes, let's go with that.
I meant I was more taking a stab at his attempt to drop mints in,
Oh,
What's her
yeah. Still, his response is the same. And he seems to be kind of like rubbing the back of his head just briefly. Well, I'll give you that one. And he kind of like wilts a little bit. It's just an experiment. It's just an experiment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And he kind of like looks around. Lem seems to be kind of thinking, not local. Well, which one of you was flying around? You guys were taking a watch. Has anybody come in that meets that description? In or out? Not local?
And will pipe up and say that, well, I didn't see anyone coming into town, but there was a couple groups leaving north towards Wadi. They had some people from the temple with them. He'll describe what he remembers about their specifics.
Gotcha.
I don't think any of them had that particular appearance specified by you, right?
There was a couple of tabby Persians. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe there were.
Yeah. That's just like in generality of a crowd. That's like looking into a crowd of ponies and seeing a couple blue ponies. It's like nothing too out of the ordinary. And yeah, he kind of ponders. You know, it's times like this when I wish Yoon would lend us a little bit more of his guidance. But Sela usually gets all mad at him when he does.
There's some tension there between Yoon and Sela.
Between me and Sela? Oh, no. Not
No, Yoon.
Oh.
Wait.
Well, and he kind of like gives like a little like eye roll. Well, you know how it is with matters of religions, especially with paladins and clerics and, you know, them not worshipping the same person.
I suppose.
Sela seems to think it's in bad taste for a person to worship the Sun Queen. I personally don't care.
Well, the Sun Queen does give us life in the sun.
Yes, and you're more than free to think about that. I could give, forgive me, a rat's ass about that.
I see.
And he kind of gives a shrug. But don't catch me saying that around, of course, a lot of the locals around here. And he kind of looks toward Red Herring. Apologies if you have that same mindset. And he kind of gives like a nervous kind of wiggle and hides away his little necklace that he has on his neck.
Oh boy.
Anyways, so what next?
We go interrogate your friend.
I don't think Sela's gonna take too kindly to you interrogating her.
Hey, tell me, Sela, I mean Tabby.
Tabby.
I want to see you interrogate Sela. That seems fun.
No.
Actually,
Like,
yes.
I want to watch it.
I would love to see that too, actually, Night Vale. Why don't you go grab a Sela, you and your evil Bloodly, and let's see how that goes.
I don't have anything to ask her. I mean, ask the Tabby, which disappeared during the fight.
Oh, no. If you have nothing to ask, I'm sure she'll have more than enough questions to ask back to you, and it would just be rather hilarious to see how the interrogation flips.
Can do that later.
What was that, Paolo?
Can do that later. We have to save a child right now.
Yes. Alright. Well, if I haven't heard any word on the first girl, have any of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, our dragon went to the priests again for more scrying.
Oh, the dragon. Oh, your friend who flew off to the tavern.
Yeah. He claimed to have found them, except that all that was found was that they were in a jail cell guarded by skeletons. So I wouldn't call it really found by any, useful definition.
He kind of thinks a little bit. Guarded by skeletons. Well, that's never a good sign. Usually points toward the necromantic arts, that bad hellish school, and Penguin kind of like chimes in, "It's taboo, but that does not mean that you should shy away from the knowledge." And Penguin looks mildly affronted. "What? You go to school in Erelon or something?" "I did, thank you very much." And Lem just kind of like does that kind of like half laugh. That's.
I think. Oh,
I'm sorry.
So go ahead. I was about to say I think he's secretly a necromancer.
I'm not a necromancer, thank you very much, but I'm still studied in the art. It's not the magic that's bad, it's how you use it. And Lem kind of rolled his eyes. Well, clearly, it seems to be used in malpractice in this case, doesn't it? And in most cases, if you ask me. And Penguin shoots him a look.
But yeah, I think we should ask the guy. Persian, the tabby.
What? Chess?
Yes, Cass.
I mean, you're free to go wake him up. He's in the tavern.
Let's go wake him. Oh wait, which tavern?
That's what?
Which tavern?
I don't quite know.
What tavern?
Oh, the tavern. Yeah. At the tavern, kind of going to where, I take it you guys are traveling to the tavern now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys start traveling to the tavern. Whilst traveling to the tavern, hunting forest. You will light down at the tavern and open the doors, I take it. What are you doing?
I am looking for Sela.
You open the tavern doors, looking left and right. Though Sela is not the first person that you see. In fact, the first person that you see is seemingly a tabby sort of Persian that is in deep conversation with the bartend.
I will head up to the bar.
You do so, and you head up to the bar, and the Persian is currently are you eavesdropping?
Yeah, might as well.
Give me a perception check.
Alright. I need to open up my sheet again. Rules and perception. 17.
And the conversation you're kind of picking up is, and then he started dancing with them, and he said he was single. Oh, miss, that's terrible. Have you tried smacking him? And the tabby Persian answers back, no, but I highly considered it. And she kind of gives a tisk, like a very disapproving, gah, men. And she kind of giggles and raises her glass a little bit and clinks it to hers. That's the conversation you hear.
I will go up and say, have you seen Sela?
And the bartender kind of looks over a little bit and thinks, Sela. She was in here not too long ago. She seems to be looking for some of her guards, but alas, none of them have been in here recently, as she has been kicking their asses if they have been found in here, which is why I think she came this way.
I should really start employing that strategy with my own team.
And she gives a smile and just kind of thinks, I would gander if you were going to find her, she would probably either be found at the temple or the guards stations. That's usually where she likes to hang about.
Which one's closer?
And she kind of thinks a little bit. Well, they're both somewhat equidistant. The guard station is more towards the north. The temple is more towards the south of the town.
I'll head to the guard station since I need to yell those guards anyway.
and she gives you instructions to get to the guard station, which is this building up here.
Okay.
And you walk out of a place just as the party starts walking up the way. Party, you guys see Hunting Forest start leaving the place.
Did you hit someone?
Sorry, what was that?
Don't hurt people.
I haven't hurt anyone yet, despite how
You
much
hurt
I would
me.
like to hurt.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
Paolo.
Huh?
Paolo's activating his electric aura is what he's doing.
Oh, am I?
Your mic like freaked out for like a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
Turn your vibrator off.
No.
Come on, Paolo, keep it in fantasy for the moment.
It's in fantasy.
Alright, so what's going on here?
I'm gonna go inside.
Well, we see the suspicious tabby right away.
Uh-huh. You see the suspicious tabby as you trade spaces with Hunting Forest, it seems. Dur, are you also heading in?
Yep.
Alright, so you three head in, Hunting Forest heads up north. Yeah, give me perception checks, ye who are entering the tavern.
I see everything.
Mm-hmm. You guys, do see the grand majority of the people who are in here as you enter. And, among them, of course, the tabby cat at the, tabby Persian at the bar seems to be, sticking their little muzzle into a small tankard of something that they brought and, like, lapping at it like a small cat and then giggling about it with the bartend.
Important question.
Yeah?
Is that disguise Akira's using the same one that I danced with?
Give me a 1d2 and call the number.
I'm gonna call 2.
Nope.
Okay.
That would have been too obvious, I suppose.
I'm gonna approach the criminal.
You're gonna what?
Approach the criminal.
What criminal?
Is it Sunny?
I mean, you see a tabby cat, you don't know it's Sunny.
I know.
Okay.
But I approached the tabby cat.
You approach the tabby cat.
He's being
What?
incredibly racist right now.
Yeah, what was the name of the guy I keep forgetting?
Guy?
It-
Red hair?
The fighter, I think.
The fighter's name is, Kess.
I'm gonna ask the cat. Are you Cass?
And they tick up their muzzle a little bit. There's like a little bit of a drip drop off the whiskers. And their ears kind of perk towards you. Kess. Doesn't ring a bell, nope.
Are they lying?
It depends. Let me see here.
Everyone sense motive.
Well, let's see here. Where is my NPCs? And there it is. Skills. What is theirs? Yeah, there it is. Bonk. It looks like your friend seems a little bit, more inclined to be, they seem to be their motive seems to be they're definitely probably withholding some information from you. As their eyes just kind of like give like a shrug. You see them kind of look to the left a little bit.
We know. But you should know that You are our very main suspect right now. So you better start talking if you are really innocent.
And they kind of lean forward. And you know what would get me to talk, huh? And she kind of taps the table. 20.
What if I rolled a 19?
Paolo, you're stupid.
Okay, I'm gonna tap the table.
Sure.
And
I'll have
Hi, you can't fool me. He shakes his head.
I mean, you still don't know it's Zakira.
I don't know it's Akira. But I know they are lying to me
Gotcha,
about
good.
something.
And they well, I didn't say they were lying. I said that their motive seems to be withholding information.
Yeah.
Bailey of some sort.
And she kind of gives a smile, looking toward the bartend.
There's 2 Baileys over there.
And the accent changes just a little bit. Hey, miss! And she kind of comes over. Can you believe this?
Oh,
Can
no.
you believe it? This man comes in here starting to ask me for information out of nowhere. Almost like an interrogation. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And the bartender looks over. Is this the one? Oh no, this is not the one. She.
I am the one.
She
I am the cursed one.
she looks back. No, he's not the one. But still, rather rude, don't you think? And she just says, "Oh, that is quite rude. Why do you come in my bar and demand information from my patrons?"
I'm gonna look back. Do I see Dur?
Is Dur hiding?
Not purposely.
Then yes, you can see Dur.
Dur, hold him down.
No.
You
uh,
can't let him escape.
Zakira, in her person form, holds up a paw. You're welcome to wrestle it.
I know my limits.
Can you grab his hair?
You do it. You're bigger.
But we can't let him get away, and I'm not strong enough.
And
I-
Tur is?
Ask someone else.
And Zakira kind of gives a little bit of a shrug. A kitty shrug. Eh. He's small enough to be a cat toy. I suppose you wouldn't want to wrestle me, huh?
Nightwing? That is not a guy. And Cass is a guy. So I don't think that's your guy.
Wait. Is he not?
Nope. Zakira's a girl.
I mean, yes, but is this person a girl?
Yes.
Yes, Akira's a girl in this form. They're complaining about men. Me specifically.
Yeah, you make sense. So,
They're complaining about me unjustly.
No, it's justful.
Yeah, I was gonna say unjust my ass.
Yes.
It's,
Unjust.
we need to find Cass. We're gonna go up the stairs.
I mean, you know where he was sleeping. You guys traded shifts.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna go there. That's. So I did see him.
Yeah.
So I know this isn't Cass. Fuck.
You go
You
upstairs.
jerk. Sorry, ladies. We can't control this one.
And the bartender kind of squints up. Well, don't be causing problems with any more of my patrons, especially my favorite one right here. And she kind of gives a little pat onto her paw on the counter a little bit. And Zakira, cat form Zakira looks up and just says, "Aw, you are sweet." And she like gets another pat back on the paws. It's a very little friendly moment. As
How intimate is this pattern?
as
Is it heavy petting?
it's not quite heavy petting, unfortunately. And Nightvale, you go upstairs. Is anybody else doing anything in the bar?
I'll just sit down and have a drink. Gyro's tired after today.
Jor followed Night Vale to see the trouble he gets into and laugh.
Alright, so Dur's following Night Vale. Gyro, you're getting a drink?
Yes.
You are you just asking the bartender yourself, or are you like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
ask...
I'll have some Kieran ale or beer,
Alright.
whatever they do.
Gyro, give me a perception check really quick.
All right, here goes my 1. Oh shit! I actually rolled decent. Wait. Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Gyro, I'll let you know that as you make your order for the drink and the bartender nods and walks on over to go start making the drink, a very hushed conversation across the counter seems to take place between the bartend and the tabby cat at the end of the counter.
Ah. Oh well.
And not long after, of course, your drink is brought and set in front of you. And in a very huffy manner, mind you. It is set, and she doesn't continue her warmly little look, and she kind of walks away.
I see. Did I do something wrong?
And she just kind of shakes her head. No. Don't worry about it, you.
Right. I confusedly bury myself in my drink.
You start sipping. Sip, 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 sip. It's a good brew. Also, being that you're an alchemist,
Kira's not here to enjoy it by my side. I'll lament this out loud.
Alrighty. I will keep that in mind. As you definitely, the tabby's ears kind of flick to the side. Upstairs, the pair of Night Vale and Dur are traveling to Kessa's room. Yes?
Wait, I'm not knocking.
Like, where, what?
I'm gonna stand in front of the door and I'm gonna look at her.
You want me to break in?
No, I want you to make sure he doesn't run. If anything, you have to pin him down.
Dur's gonna nod and go, oh, okay.
Nothing.
And I
Okay.
go, knock, knock.
You knock on the door. There's a loud snoring noise.
It sounds like a trap. Sure. Can you check for traps?
Sure.
I just love dumbfounded Dur. Like,
I don't think the tavern door is trapped.
Are you giving me
Never
that perception
know.
roll?
What's the trap check again? Just perception?
Perception. You do detect one trap.
What's the trap?
It's definitely not on this floor.
Wait, what?
Knock, knock.
You knock again.
He's taunting us.
Taunting you.
Yes. Maybe he's trying to distract us as he makes the trap. I'm gonna try to open the door.
You wiggle the handle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. It seems to be locked.
Knock, knock.
My shift is over already. I told you.
Hey, no, you are evil. Knock,
Yeah.
knock, knock, knock.
You knock again. Knock, 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 knock. Oh yes, so evil. Oh. Seems like there's like it's like muffled as if he had buried his head underneath his pillow.
Evil people are bad. Knock, knock, knock.
There's no response from within. It's like he's actively trying to block out the knocks.
We have here. I need you to decide what we should do.
Coward.
No, this is your mess to get into.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Fireball if you let me choose.
I have evasion.
I don't have evasion. Knock,
Your
knock,
choices
knock,
are bad.
knock. I'm gonna keep knocking.
You keep knocking. Knock, knock, knock,
I
knock.
also didn't sleep for the last 24 hours. Just open this fucking door.
There's a... Give me a diplomacy roll.
Sure. Oh, mercy. Yay!
There is finally an exasperated fine. And it takes like a whole minute of like hearing thuds and thumps on the other side of the door before a very somewhat sleepy looking Kess opens the door and like looks down at you. What?
You're gonna squint. Are you evil?
He gives a yawn. Yeah, sure.
You're gonna sense motive.
His motive seems to be tired. He wants to get back to sleep.
We know that you brought either alignment bills.
And he raises an eyebrow.
Do I have to sense motive again?
I mean, he's just like listening. He's like, what do you mean? What do you gotta roll sense motive again?
And what does he seem surprised?
I mean, he just raised an eyebrow. Like, really? Like,
You're gonna squint. By the way, is Abby people common?
what was that?
Or is Abby thinks as something common?
Tabby cats are generally common, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm like not understanding what's being said words wise.
Is the tabby coloration something common
Oh,
between people
gotcha.
over this city?
I mean, yeah. I mean, downstairs you saw more than just one tabby cat. There was like at least 4 in the bar that are just kind of around.
I'm gonna squint. Where were you while the fight was happening?
He kind of like looks over toward the arena, like in the direction of it, even though there's no direct window that way, and he kind of points. During the match?
Yes.
I mean, I was in the back locker rooms.
I'm gonna sense motive.
Go for it.
Ah! Oh!
Wow.
His motive seems to be
No.
that he is confused as to why you are asking, and does not seem to be like dodging anything. He seems to be perfectly telling the truth.
Your friends didn't know where you were.
I mean, do they really need to?
Yes, you were going to be the standing for the fight. You
Kinda-
should know where you were at the time.
I mean, they were in the fight at the time, so...
He kind of gives you a little bit of a pat. Well, if you need somebody to look after you every moment of the day, I'm not gonna hold it against you. And he pats you on the head. Pat, pat, pat.
How big is him?
He's taller than you by a head.
Okay. He's gonna squint. Did you not see a raging lion walking around?
No, I mean, it did break into the arena. It's not like you can miss it.
And what were you doing at the time?
Well, I was on the other side of the arena, he says, kind of matter-of-factly, in the locker rooms, where you guys were. He kind of raises an eyebrow. Is there a point that I'm missing here?
I'm gonna look him in the eyes, squint. Good night, and he's gonna walk away.
Jared, now's your chance. Pin him down.
Dur flutters out of the way.
You do so.
He is not going to be pinning down a fighter.
And actually, Nightville is gonna decide to, instead of walking away, he's going to his room to sleep.
His class isn't even fighter, by the way. Just by
Doesn't
the way.
matter.
Yeah.
He fights.
The fair. Like,
He kicks Dur's butt.
How many hours do I need to sleep before it counts as an 8-hour?
I
8
thought we
hours?
took
We slept, but we didn't.
We slept.
We slept from like 10 to 6, I think.
Yep. They made
Huh.
sure to come in when you guys had a full rest.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna get my spouse. Hey,
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna get my spells back.
Based.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, nice.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Thinking his middle name is Herring also.
What? Anyway, I think you know what I'm thinking.
I don't think I know what you're thinking.
Exactly, there's no lead. We are at a broken end. We got to somewhere we don't know where to go from here. Now we have to take 2 steps back.
Well, we know there's a... Well,
We should go anoint a cleric. Ask him to do us crying again.
well, there can't the one victim that saw the kidnapper firsthand help with that? Can they describe it to the cleric and scry on the kidnapper directly?
You guys had asked her the day before, I believe, what the kidnapper looked like, and she told you blue fur with, or white fur with blue hair.
Yes, but would that be from direct from someone who's seen it first person, or
I mean, she was one of the people who was kidnapped.
No, I think he's asking for the scrying spell.
And you're certainly welcome to try.
I mean, Dur's asking I fail. He doesn't know. He's going, well, maybe then we can scry on him with their knowledge. That's his guess.
We did manage to scry on him before.
No, we scried on the person he was carrying.
Yeah.
But actually, if we scried on the person he was carrying, then the scrying person knows exactly what he looks like.
Yes?
So I guess we can scry him and see where he is and
Yeah,
beat him up.
I like that idea. Should we go to the temple?
It's an idea. It's better than no idea.
Let's grab our friends and go there.
You grab your friends as they switch over to Hunting Forest,
I also grab Gyro.
who is going toward the guard station. Guard station.
Yeah.
You do so, and you alight in front of the guard station.
I'm okay with you not finding me a friend, Nightvale.
Alright, so I'll head up in front of the guards and say, it's Sheila around.
And as you kind of go up and ask for Sela, you hear a very, very loud voice from behind the guard that you are asking, somewhere on the other side of the counter, and you just say, you just hear a, "If I catch one of you drinking on the job, you can consider yourself off of this guard from now until forever. Do you understand me?"
I'll take that as a yes. And he's just gonna walk past.
You walk past. And he kind of he kind of walks over and bars past. "Excuse me, do you have official business with the guards?"
Funny that it's stopped me and says, yes. And I'm just gonna move past him.
I mean, you'd have to roll strength if you're just gonna try to move past him. He is in your way.
Alright. I will roll strength.
That's like trying to push past your way past a bank counter. Like, you're not supposed to go on the other side of the counter.
The 21,
Let me see.
You push past the small child of a pony.
I mean, he's not a small child. He is a guard.
Equivalent, though.
Is that the equivalent? It does look like you
Why do
are...
you keep leaving?
Me?
you dropped out again.
Oh, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I mean, he is barring the path, and you continue to try to push past, and he kind of shouts at you, "Hey, stop! Stop! Hey, what are you doing?"
I'm ignoring him and moving to Sheila.
He pulls out a dagger.
Do not care.
To roll initiative.
Let's see.
You see, being a dragon will eventually, people will stand up to you.
Let me activate your combat state here.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I should know how Foundry works by now.
Put in what your correct initiative is in that, or what is the one you rolled?
It was like one higher, so doesn't really matter. Like,
All right, give me 1 second. I gotta pull up my guard sheet.
Done.
Give me a second.
Came out well.
Yeah, you gotta give me a moment. Guard sheets was not something I was planning on pulling out today. Hold up. But I do have it in here, so it just needs to be a second to find it. There it is. And he is this one. Oh, if I can get to the right sheet here. Alright, so let me add, whoops, let me go back. Do I have to make an actor sheet for him? I do. Stat mark. Yeah, give me 1 second here.
mm-hmm.
Do. Configure.
Yeah, I won't have Nayoka attack. Hunting Forest does not consider this an actual challenge, so.
And we have. Aha. I have to kind of put together like a little thing on the map so we know where people are. There it is. Copy. Create actor. Oops. Aha. Alright, so I'm gonna open up this prototype, make sure that's not linked, and do a little drawing here. Alright. Gate. You're trying to push in there. There's a wall that goes around this way. And this is kind of the wall that goes inward. And there's a back wall right here. This is kind of the layout. Bonk. And your friend is right here.
Alright.
Hang on. We're not done yet. There she is. There we go.
Shit.
All right. So you kicked off combat. So what are you doing?
I'm just going to fly over this guy.
Yeah, there's no room to fly over. You are in a building, not a temple.
Alright, now I'm just going to,
Also, can't fly a space that's smaller than you.
God, this fucking door is too small. Alright. I'm just going to do a combat check to, I guess, bull rush this guy out of the way.
Go for it.
Alright. It's a CMB. God, the first time I've done actual lethal combat. Just trying to get through. Alright, CMB, that is 23.
23. That is enough to bull rush him, yes. Though it doesn't beat it by 5, so I don't think that you push him back. What does bull rushing do? Or does that push it back just 5 and that's it?
That bull rush pushed back.
Bull rush! Alright,
Oh.
if your attack is successful, target is pushed back 5 feet. For every 5 which your attack succeeds, you can push back another 5 feet. So they are pushed back 5 feet, but do you have improved bull rush?
So, I'm going to take an attack of opportunity.
You are.
Which this is fine.
I think. I'm trying to, anyway. 14.
That one,
14 hit?
no.
Does not hit, as he swings an axe your way that he seems to have on his person here. Naturally shouting for his other guard friends. And it is his turn, do you believe? And I'm just gonna skip to where your turn was. There we go. It is his turn. And of course, he is not going to back down. And he's going to try to, once again, swing the axe. I said stay back!
Yeah, that one actually does hit.
You take 10 points of damage. You hear a couple of the guards in the back say, "What's going on?" and particularly one voice, which sounds familiar. What is the commotion? And out comes Sela, who now sees
good.
you wrestling with one of her guards, and looks already pissed off. And you see her kind of grab for her longsword and look towards your way. Stand down, dragon!
I wasn't actually even really being that threatening. Like,
I mean, you're trying to push your way into a guard station, my guy.
calmly, like.
I mean, if I went into a police station and started pushing past the front desk, I'm sure they would probably arrest me too.
I'm having the same expression as I am of like, this guy doesn't fucking matter. I'm just going past. It's like opening the fucking door. Like,
What I'm asking is, she seems to be readying an action. Are you looking like you are going to back down?
I am not moving forward. So the person I wanted to talk to is here now. So
So you're backing down, is what I'm hearing.
yeah.
All right. This guard is still here, and these other ones are coming out this way, and kind of looking back her way. What do you think you are doing?
I was going to see you.
Yes, but it does not seem to be the only thing you are doing back here. And she looks at you and her guard, and she kind of comes up next to him. Back down. And he says, yes, ma'am. And she takes his place. Look here, dragon. I am aware that you are not familiar with the customs of the Persians or the people of this place. And she kind of puts a paw right on your chest. But if you come in here and think it is okay to assault my guard, I will make sure myself that your head is on a platter sitting in the next prison over. Do you understand me?
If I wanted to hurt him, he would be dead by now.
And if I wanted to hurt you, you would be dead right now as well. Do you understand me, dragon?
Yes. But we don't have time for this. We have a girl who's locked up and being guarded by fucking skeletons. So sorry if I didn't want to take a fucking number!
And she squints. You are in no position to yell at me. Nor will I take that kind of disrespect in front of my guards.
Then take it outside.
Oh my god.
She squints her way. I am not going to stoop to your level of street fighting. Who do you take me for?
I thought I took you for someone who wanted to do their job.
And what do you think I am doing? Why do you think of all places I am in a guard's station? What
The
job
guards
do
who
you
don't-
think I am not doing?
Who don't even keep track of who comes and goes.
And she has this stone cold look of not anger but stoicism, as she just kind of stamps her paw on the ground. Dragon, I do not expect you to know everything that goes on in the lives of the guards, because clearly you come from a place so lawless that you do not understand how things are done in a normal city. I am here talking with my guards, deploying them where they need to go, so that way the people of this town will be safe. And you have no right to tell me or any of these that they are not doing their job.
Considering that there's been 3 kidnappings and an alchemist who's been handing out pills that hide alignment, I would question how well you're doing that job to begin with.
And she snarls a little bit. There is nothing wrong with an alchemist making his craft, nor is it illegal. If there is one thing I could not have considered, it is that you have been the lawless one and not your bat friend. If you are so concerned about finding this person, perhaps you should leave and fly away to go find her while we do actual work.
Perhaps I will.
Then be gone with you.
Fine! He's gonna stomp out.
Stomp,
And
stomp,
slam
stomp.
the door.
The door is slammed. Fortunately, this one is not as flimsy woodenly as the other one with the alchemist shop. I should end the battle music, huh?
Hmm.
Expository. Here we go.
I'm just trying to get arrested.
It did seem that she was holding back her ability to do so. I believe it was Night Vale, and all you guys were in the tavern. Gyro,
Yes.
you sip your drink, and the tabby Persian at the end also sips their drink. But after the initial small whispering between the bartender and then, it does not seem that chatty tabby is as chatty as they were when you walked in.
I don't know. I don't think I have anything in particular to add here at
Gotcha.
the moment.
You're just sipping?
Yep.
Just sipping.
Unless she makes the move first, I don't actually know that there's nothing that would clue me into,
Yeah, I gotcha. While you are while you're sipping, Pal or Night Vale and Dur are coming down the stairs, talking about pinning somebody. What are you guys doing?
You are stronger than me.
Yes, we should wrestle sometime.
Right now!
No, we were going to go do a thing.
What are you going to do again?
We were going to abuse Hunting Force's generosity in paying off the temple to have them attempt to scry on the actual kidnapper.
Okay.
It's an idea. It may not work. I don't know what else to do. Gyro, do you have any ideas?
Yes. What'd you guys learn?
Nothing.
We learned that happy people are not always criminals.
I mean, I could have told you that. I met plenty of tabbies today. Hey, Gyro doesn't know.
The tabby at the end, the ears kind of lower and her head kind of goes down. If you wish to roll sense motive, you certainly can.
Sure.
Even a 9 would tell you that their motive is sadness.
Wonder what's up with her.
One of the people next to you just kind of gives a nudge. Oi. Right bad luck with the boyfriend she has.
Oh man, that's a shame.
And he kind of nods and looks over. Aye, been eavesdropping on the story. And he kind of shakes his head. If I saw that lad, I'd show him a thing or two about how to properly treat a lady, eh? Perhaps he needs a little bit of learning himself.
Yeah, it's a shame that people don't know how to appreciate the girls they have.
It could be worse. It could be Gyro.
The person kind of takes a sip of his drink and just continues sitting on the counter. He doesn't have much more to add.
Hmm.
Not much of a storyteller, it seems.
Oh, Zakira came this way. I should go check on her.
Where's Penguin?
Pingwing
Yeah.
is sitting outside.
I'm gonna go up to Zakira's room. To our room.
Yeah. You go up to your room,
Sir,
Yes.
and you kind of pass Dur and Nightvale on the way up.
you should scare Penguin.
No.
Please. Sonny.
No.
Where did the dragon go?
Hmm?
Yes.
So what are you guys doing?
Well, I was gonna go check on my room.
You go check in your room and open the door to see nobody's inside.
Huh. Didn't she come this way, though? I could have sworn. I'm actually gonna go ask the bartender where she might be.
With the name Zakira specifically?
Yes. And I'm also, if she asks who, gonna describe the cute Kieran.
And you start describing the details of your Kieran and asking where she goes, and the bartender starts to think. Perhaps somewhere far away.
Would she go far away?
I have no clue. Perhaps she wanted to get away from somebody so toxic.
I see. She told you this, did she?
And she
I
kind
was gonna look pretty downtrodden at this.
she kind of thinks, no, just a hunch.
Well, if you see her, let her know I was looking for her.
If she happens to come by, I will give her the message.
Alright. Now I'm gonna go rejoin Durin. Nightvale.
Dur and Nightvale seem to be arguing about whether or not to scare Pingwing, who is just outside.
No. The answer
I
is
agree.
I just remembered. I have to go shopping.
Is that in character or out of character?
Guys, that's in character. Do you guys want to go shopping with me for a bit?
No.
I'll be right back, and he flies off.
Fair. Alright. What is Dur doing?
Confused.
yes.
He's a confusing one.
He is.
So, what are you guys doing?
Should we go find that stupid dragon? I'm asking Dur.
He seems more sensible than Nightvale. Maybe he has a good idea.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
They're not knowing anything that happened in the guardhouse.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's go find him.
And you step outside to see the sight of Pingwing and Gunter seemingly in an argument. Honk 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 honk. No, there's totally no way he would win in a fight. Honk 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 honk. If he had what? Why? When did Soup get into this, Gunter? Honk honk. No, he doesn't have magical soups in the comics. That's not how it works. And they seem to be having a deep discussion about this kind of thing, and then perk up as you guys exit. Hello.
Comics? Nerd.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry.
No, you do you. Penguin, it's fine.
No. Comics are silly. I shouldn't talk about them in public. Honk, 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 honk. No. He shakes his head. Shake. And then Gunter glares at Gyro. And then Gunter walks over to Gyro and pecks his talon. Peck.
I grab his beak. Grapple it.
You now grapple the tiny penguin baby's beak. You know,
Yeah, well, you should have thought about that before you pecked me.
And then Gunter kind of like looks at Penguin from the side, and Penguin just says, "Don't look at me. You're the one who pecked him."
I'm gonna lift him up by his beak and hand him to Penguin. I think your pest escaped.
That's rude. And he takes Gunter. Take. Don't call him a pest. He is a very cute little penguin, thank you. Honk, 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 honk. Yes, you are cute. Honk, honk, honk. Fine. Valiant little penguin.
Valiant. There's a laugh.
Honk, 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 honk. Gunter, no! Don't say that. Honk, 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 honk. I know it's true.
What did he say?
And he kind of like looks a little bit nervous. Nothing. It was very rude. Don't worry about
What?
it.
What did he say? Because you just agreed with him.
No. Don't worry about it. And he kind
You
of.
know what? Maybe I'm gonna tell Night Vale it's okay to do what he wants to do.
What? What was Night Vale going to do in the first place? He looks worried suddenly.
I mean, if you can't tell me, I can't tell you.
Well, since when has Night Vale not done what he wanted to anyway?
Occasionally. We can talk him out of some things, just not most of them.
He like raises an eyebrow. I will not be threatened.
I'm not threatening.
I do not negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah. Then he just kind of tucks Gunter away. Well, don't worry about it. It was a very rude comment.
Tell me. Darrow just glares.
You guys are headed northward? Question mark.
I don't know. We have no clue where the dragon stomped off to.
In time buying stuff.
You heard him talking about the guard station with the bartend.
Oh, did we? Okay, then we would head northward.
When that happened, that was before, and then we swapped places.
Oh, well then you definitely saw him go north.
Okay, then we will head north.
You head north. Doom, 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 doom. And as you guys head north, it's about at this time that you see the sight of your dragon friend slamming the door of a guard's station shut, looking thoroughly pissed off.
I wonder what's got into him. I mean, other than the usual dragon rage issues.
I wonder if he has a proper parental figure.
Do they do that in Dragon Country? I thought you just kind of got left on your own.
I have yet to see one nice dragon.
Only
That's
right.
racist.
What?
Well, Skies gave commentary in the background, that's all.
Oh, I didn't hear what Sky said.
No, he whispered it so you guys wouldn't.
Oh no! We gotta hear it now.
I'm good like that. I'm trying not to disrupt the game, except only for Gyro. We'll disrupt the game for Gyro. Anyway, I just said, wow, this guy's so racist. And I think the laugh was because somebody else said the exact same thing.
Yeah. Hunting Forest, you've just slammed the door shut.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm going to head down to the temple again to first of all get myself healed, because ouch. And then I'm going to try to scry once more and try to find that location.
A very
Is
hungry
that-
dragon seems to be walking just right past you. Walk, walk.
Muttering about useless guards and their useless captain.
Should we go see what's up with Sela, or should we follow him?
I don't want to see
Neither-
Seal anymore today.
Do what?
I don't want to see Seal anymore today.
Do we ever want to see Sela? Yeah, let's follow Hunting Forest.
You follow Hunting Forest, who seems to be going toward the temple, correct?
And I have my snake out, so in case he picks up a trail of the smell. Unlikely, but might happen.
And you continue walking to the temple. Are the others following?
I'm shopping.
Yeah.
Alright.
Night is shopping, and I assume everyone is just following.
Following to the temple, you guys get in there. It's Dragon in first, kind of opening the doors to the main hall, at which the main priest is currently seems to be doing some sort of blessing on one of the temple, younger temple clerics.
Hunting is going to take a deep breath, trying to be patient. This is a real struggle for him.
And it takes a decent amount of time before he's done, a good minute or so, before he stands up and he looks over, and he gives a little bit of a sigh. Back again.
Yeah. I was wondering if you could scry on that temple, or that palace we saw, find out where that is.
Man kind of tilts his head. I don't believe that that's how that works.
Dur's gonna chirp up and go, could you possibly scry on the kidnapper himself, since you saw him in one of the other scrying?
Oh my god.
And he kind of thinks a little bit. I can, but there's no guarantee that I'll be able to latch on to wherever he is.
Well, he should be nearby.
What was that?
He should be nearby.
It matters not how close he is, it matters how much I have of a likeness to him.
You saw him.
And we have the first girl who was kidnapped by him.
That's not a personal artifact of the kidnapper, though.
Well, I mean, possession is 9/10 of the law, so she was possessed by him. Technically.
What?
Well, he took her, so
But it's not a personal effect of him personally.
fine.
Did she steal anything of his?
I don't think he
I
backed.
doubt so.
Ooh, does she have a blue rose still?
We think the
Blue
blue
rose, that's a personal effect of the person?
So, do you have any clerics that can heal me?
And he blinks and looks at the big gash in your side, which you guys in the party would also take note of, by the way. Just there seems to be a big displacement of scales in a very clearly defined line, and he winces a little bit. Ah, yes. This would be a perfect time for you to have practice. Yes. And he looks toward one of the cleric who's over. He looks like to be about in his like 19s or so, 19s, 20s, and he nods. Yes. And he comes over and starts doing his Healy stuff.
Force will just kind of kneel down so he can reach, I guess.
Hmm. 6 points back to you.
All right.
Altercation with some beast?
Just some incompetence. It's nothing.
Did you get mugged?
Nah.
Ask not, tell not, child. And he kind of gives a little bit of a eye roll. Well, if you just like to donate for another use of my services here at the church, so we may help you, help those, help bring that kidnapper to justice, I'd be more than happy to assist in such endeavors. Though I can't promise that without any personal effects of the kidnapper, or than just going off of my likeness through a different sensor, that I will be able to ascertain that much information from him, or any at all.
He's gonna scrounge around in his bag, pull out the duck. How much would this give?
You pull out the what?
The duck?
Ah, yeah, the instrument. Is that the one that you got on the temple? With the mummies?
I think so, yeah.
And he takes a look at it, and he takes it, and he looks at it. Where did you get this? And he almost sounds somewhat suspicious looking up at you as he surveys the kind of little designs around the edges and things.
Does it matter?
Yes.
Oh, the mummies had names.
I think we found it on the side of the road when we were traveling.
Is this in character?
That's in character, yes.
You just found it on the side of the road.
Probably.
Okay. Give me a
We
bluff.
find lots of junk.
Give me a bluff check, you. And he squints down at it. On the side of the road. And he turns it around. An ancient relic. Just sitting out in the desert.
Could have been from a corpse.
And he looks up. This is not something that normally is sold. It's something that is buried alongside those of a more higher standing. Curious on how you've come across this.
Well, who knows? Raiders might have happened.
They probably got eaten by those wild stegosaurus.
Yes, the wild herbivores.
No,
Or
I think
try
they're
to figure
attacking people.
Whatever the wild things were. I don't remember.
Where are the wild?
And he kind of turns it over and hands it back a little bit. Well, it is not within the interest of the church to buy something that belongs to the dead, though we will happily return it for you for free.
Huntington will take it back. Fine, I'll pay the 500. Reluctantly, most reluctantly gives it the 500.
Alright.
Better be worth it.
And you give him the 500 there, and he nods and thanks you for the contribution, pulling out the mirror, and taking it to that back sanctum part of the temple. Does anybody wish to be a part of the casting?
I will. Just good. So we.
Anybody else?
Sure, I suppose.
If everyone else is joining.
Alright, you guys head in. When the casting starts, it takes a whole hour before things start happening on the mirror. Things that I have to roll d20s for really quick. As swirling magical things start happening upon the polished surface, it seems to be trying to spark to connect to something as he tries to well, as you can probably guess, envision the sight of the kidnapper that he had seen in his scrying spells. I have to look at the table here. Alright, gotta make this roll right here. Let's see. 20. Oh boy. Question, how does that look to you guys, by the way?
Question mark, question mark.
It says, Memely privately rolled some dice, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Based. I just heard it roll on your guys' end, I was just curious. As the mirror starts to spark, the mirror starts to turn black, and try to flicker some kind of image on there. The most you get is just like one or two muffled, very, very discordant, ethereal sounding things that barely sound like language from the sensor itself before the squinting cleric, who seems to be trying his best to connect to it, ultimately lowers his hands as he breaks an actual sweat, kind of breathing a little bit hard. Not able.
Alright, well.
Whoever it is has quite the will upon him.
Can I come back from shopping now?
That depends on what you were shopping for, Paolo.
Golden dust.
Well, you'd have to find some more golden dust first.
Yeah, it's just golden dust. Shouldn't be too hard.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't believe you know any shops that have sold golden dust yet. Where are you headed, Paolo?
I'm going. Actually, what's that golden coin technically count as dust?
Is it dust?
Yeah,
It is not dust.
but if I break it down,
I mean, if you wish to shave the gold coin, you need to find something to be able to shave it down with.
oh,
Alchemist, cough, cough.
but I don't have time for that. I shall try my luck and go random places.
You try your luck going here and there, all around the square, and it turns out after a bit of searching, you find out that one of the best, most pointed to places to get gold dust is the Clockwork Shop.
Clockwork shop.
Uh-huh. And you step into the Clockwork Shop, hearing the ticking, the tapping, the clicking, the clacking, and look toward the wall where the Clockwork Man has embedded himself into it again.
Golden dust.
And he stops clicking and clacking for a minute, displacing himself from the wall as all the clicking kind of stops the moment he displaces his gears from the working gears of the place. Ah, golden dust, nasty stuff, nasty stuff. I have plenty of it, only for the sole purpose that I have to constantly be shaving down gears and such. I don't know why you adventurers need it so much, but I don't cast spells myself. Don't ask, don't tell. How much do you need?
50 gold dwarf.
Then give me 50 gold, and I will trade you 50 gold's worth of gold dust.
I give him 5 platinum.
And he trades you that amount in gold dust.
And I say thank you and fly off, trying to find my friends.
You know they went to the temple.
I go to the temple.
To the temple! And you'd probably find that they were just finishing up the scrying as you did, because that takes a long time.
Getting nowhere with this. We might as well head to Watsy and track down Damien.
Wow, so you just want to abandon these people?
I'm gonna grab Gyro and slam him against the wall.
Wow, that's rude.
I mean, grapple checks are needed. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah. I know, I'm saying I'm going to do a grapple check. Oh. Oh, so obviously I rolled a 1 there, so...
You roll a 1, and Gyro ducks. Woo! The claw goes wide, and the view of the cleric kind of widens, and his eyebrows go up. Fighting in a church!
That is... I'm not fighting here.
He's more looking at hunting forest.
It's not a fight if it's one-sided. It's just an attempt at a pummeling.
Claws down in this church, and if I see you raise them again, I'll have to use my powers to escort you out. Do you understand me, dragon?
All I understand is I seem to be the only one who wants to find these people. I'm gonna say and walk out.
They look at you guys. Is he always like this?
Unfortunately.
Well, I do hope the violence does not get him into trouble. Perhaps that's related to how he got that scar on his side.
Certainly.
Probably so. I'm just worried it'll fall back on us. He was fine before he went to the guard shack.
And then he, it seems like realization has dawned upon the cleric. Sela was probably there.
He probably deserved it.
Well, regardless, hopefully Soft Whisper can guide his way. And yours as well. Actions speak louder than words, as they say, and it would be wise of you not to rise to such occasions, and I'm sure people will see the better for it. He kind of gives a deep sigh. Unfortunate, really, that we couldn't figure out who exactly that was directly.
Yeah, well, I'm sure something will turn up.
And it's around this time that your friend Nightvale pops in. Pop in, Palo, hi! You kind of pass an angry dragon as they come in, and you come in and they go out.
There seems to be a lot of
Hello,
that.
have you tried?
What was that?
I was saying, there seems to be a lot of that.
Somebody talk.
Hello?
You said there seems to be a lot of, and then stop talking.
Oh, that this episode. Just me going out, everyone coming in.
Well, I mean, you do leave the scene a lot. Palo,
Yes?
what are you doing here?
I'm gonna ask Carter. Have you people tried using the blue rose to scry on the person?
And they kind of nod a little bit. Well, yes, that's how we found the first person.
Wouldn't it's us? Are you sure we found the first person and not a kidnapper?
They're sorry. Wording was bad on that. They mean the first person that you already
Rescue.
rescued. You used the blue rose to help scry on her.
Yeah, are you sure we found the person who was kidnapped and not the person who was kidnapping?
I'm fairly certain it would not have. The spell would not have worked had I been aimed towards something else that this does not belong to. And given that this
That's a
rose was
shame.
apparently given to the subject, it is no longer his personal effect. Nor was it ever meant to be. He had gotten that rose in the specific hope that a damsel would take it.
Ooh.
That's quite sunny, by the way.
What was that?
Quite sunny.
I don't know. I asked at the bar and they said they hadn't seen her, though I thought she went that. Oh shit. Did they get her? Gyro is now suddenly very worried.
We maybe should try to find her.
Yeah. We really should try and find her. I haven't seen her since, she caught me hitting on other ladies. Apparently she's pretty jealous.
I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Should we
she's the
check
one
this
who- yeah.
Gyro. Gyro.
We're not exclusive.
I don't think you're anything at this point.
Gyro, as a hippogriff myself, I may not be a griffin, but I could understand where she would be coming from.
She's not a griffin either.
She is whatever she'd like to be, but I think what she wanted to be was yours the most. And
Aww.
Let's go look for her.
and Penguin
Gyro is going to frantically fly overhead around town, searching her out. He's also going to stop by the flower shop to pick up a very, very large bouquet.
You do so. You pick up a very large bouquet, and Penguin actually tails along with you, kind of helping you kind of look a little bit. Dur, what are you doing?
Yes.
Yes. Are you also helping?
Well, he'll follow, because they were one of the ones I were targeted.
Alright, you're free to give me perception checks.
Despite Gyro's mess, that's irrelevant at the time.
Sunny! Sunny, where are you?
You start searching around for Sunny. Where did she go? Where did she go? And searching around, flying around. Let's see, Night Vale. Oh wow. What catches your eye, Night Vale, and only because you had rolled a very high DC to beat this, is that as you're kind of looking around, spotting through the window in the same room on the tavern that Gyro and her shared, and within the empty room on the desk, you spy what seems to be a singular blue flower. And that's where we're going to end the session today, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no!
Alright.
Alex!
I do hope everybody had fun. I'm gonna go ahead and push the button and say bye!